is Wednesday, August 19th in the United States and Canada. Football season is kind of upon us, fantasy anyway, and this is a show called What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studios in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn and holding it down in the city of DJ Moore, who I forgot played for the Buffalo Bills. It's Sean DePaz. Sean, what's up?
Yeah, I was really confused why you sent a random, pretty irrelevant video of DJ Moore this morning being like, my guy.
And
sure.
You know any receiver named DJ is just my guy.
That's true.
I don't know.
That.
I hadn't put that together at all.
And I called them.
I mean,
neither of you are in my fantasy football league. I only do one. Shut up, me. Any player named DJ, I just call Dave.
I do remember you're the Dave Chark days.
Dave Chark. Yeah. I'm a big Dave Chark guy, big Dave Moore guy. I think everybody thought that trade for Bryce Young that the Panthers made was ill-advised. But I was like, oh, folks, what are you doing? You're giving up what's going to be a high draft pick and Dave Moore. Wouldn't do that, folks. And yeah, I'm sure I know what happened, but it shows how out of touch I am with football. The last few days, I've been getting a lot of, I would get smoked in who he play for. Like Keenan Allen, my guy, you guys made me get the pitch
Dave
jersey,
Allen.
signed with the Colts. I was positive he was still under contract with the Chargers.
I just assume that he's always under contract with the Chargers. Even when he departed from the Chargers and then immediately ended up back on the Chargers, I was like, that seems right.
He'll always be back.
So, enjoy his 1 year in Indianapolis before he returns for the Chargers for a third straight stint. Mm-hmm. I will say, admittedly, I've lost entirely too much money because it's more than $1 on both the Jaguars and DJ Chark. Because during your year, you were at a real Jags fan moment in time, and I was like, sure, I'll tail.
It was exact. Yeah, it was one.
You were having a Jags moment?
He had a Jags moment.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's so on brand for the guy that likes the shittiest jerseys ever.
Yeah, when things were really popping off with streaming and you can watch things and you could do things, Pete was really ahead of the curve, or at least well ahead of me on any of that stuff. And in the brunch days, Pete was like, hey, we can stream ourselves watching a football game on, but it's just the Thursday night games. And I was like, those would be the only games I would want to do. Ridiculous game. And we were like, who's playing this week? And he was like, it's the Jags and the Titans.
It's
so
Thursday night football, so it's probably the Jags.
Yeah, I was like, let's lean into pretending we're Jaguars fans. And I just had a bit of fun watching that Jaguars game. I'm pretty sure they lost. And then I was like, they're going to be so bad. I'll take a little stock in the Jaguars. Then they got the first overall pick, hired Urban Meyer, and I was like, okay, that was not fun while it lasted. I'm obviously out. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
The Urban Meyer thing is truly one of my favorite moments in football history, because I had for years been on top of the mountain that Urban Meyer was going to be the worst NFL football coach ever. And he finally got the opportunity and kicked his kicker. It was even worse than I could have imagined.
I mean, not only did he get a head coaching job, the Jags just fucking handed him the keys, man. Yeah. They gave him the entire franchise.
Sound familiar?
Nick Saban?
No. Let's bring it to hockey, regrettably.
What, Mike Babcock?
Fucking Mike Babcock.
I don't know if Mike Babcock has the keys.
Well, he kind of had them in Toronto, but you could understand that. At least he was still close enough to having been a good coach at some point. Yeah, it's not. It gives Mike Babcock to me in that everyone says, "Oh no, that's not what you do," and they loudly said, "Oh no, this is what we do," and then he kicked his kicker.
What are the great moments outside of the fact, probably not for the kicker, but otherwise I thought that hilarious.
I don't want to commit to anything.
Well, you can dish it out, can't take it.
Nice.
Apparently.
I don't want to commit to anything live on the show, but man, it would be fun to get back to doing a Thursday night NFL/NHL live stream watch.
You're losing me on the NHL.
Been wanting to do that. I've been wanting to do that. It is
so fun to watch games that theoretically don't really matter, and there's nothing better than that than I would say Thursday night hockey and Thursday night football together.
The one that we did, it was for a period, but the one that we did with Chara was awesome. Put on a game I don't care about, and talk to Zdeno Chara during it.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. I don't think Chara's going to be down to do him every time, but that shit's awesome. Yeah, I mean, nothing beats an unimportant game being on that you've decided you're watching.
Speaking of which, this is the last weekend without college football. Week 0 is the weekend after next. So where are you guys on college football? Because, Sean, I know you tap in. You're like not really.
You know, we've talked about this. You have to make a choice in adulthood, or some people do. If you are doing hockey all year long and you want to go outside from time to time, or you have a loved one who deserves some of your attention on the weekend, you brought this up. Like, you kind of have to pick one or another or the other. You picked college football. I'm just an NFL guy.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do. I mean, I do want Texas to do well. I love Sark, and I'll watch a good college game if it's on. But very rarely these days am I making plans around I've got to watch this football game. It's just not. You got to leave yourself some wiggle room.
Or you don't, because I sit down at noon on Saturdays to watch fucking Syracuse football consistently, like a sick person, because it's awful every year. It's always bad.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And then I watch Texas that night.
Sean, you're still single, correct?
Yeah. I have been not single during football season, though. It's especially
now
here. No, but especially here, though, like I would argue that it would be much harder to find a woman in Buffalo that doesn't want to watch football than does.
Well, not all of us get to live in Buffalo, dude.
That's why Buffalo rocks.
Yeah, Buffalo's the greatest city in the world.
We don't have it like that.
The community is straight up built around football.
The Buffalo
and
Bills,
sports.
yeah,
So
the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Ellen's committed to getting into Texas this year. So we'll see how that goes. But that's a very exciting development for me.
I mean, that opens up the possibility. If Texas is a thing in college football, is a thing that she's doing by choice, then you could say, all right, so we already did stuff together on Saturday. Sunday, I want a little me time. I'm going to watch some NFL. You can have it all.
That's true. Fuck yeah. All right, what's on the show today?
I'm not used to you calling for it. I
Yeah.
feel like DJ has to read it now.
Today on the show, we've got quacks and quandaries. It's pretty good.
A little alliteration, yeah.
That's got to be Cutter Gauthier related.
Yep.
Cutter Gauthier is in a I'd call it a standoff with the Anaheim Ducks at this point in time.
Yeah.
We've got looking for love. Is that looking for
Apparently it's
Mike
about
Love?
me now.
No,
Yeah,
I'm never.
sorry, Sean.
I am never looking for Mike Love. And if I find Mike Love, he's going to wish I didn't find him.
Did I say this on the
it's about
Patreon
Jordan
episode?
Love.
You went golfing with an old man who didn't like Mike Love?
I played in a tournament over the weekend, and I played with two old guys that I did not know. And at one point during the round, there's a real bonding moment because he brought up that he had recently seen Frankie Valli, and I was like, "Oh, they just propped that old corpse up on stage with 400 people." And he was like, "Yeah, and they also do the same thing." And we said it at the exact same time. And I was like, "The Beach Boys," and he was like, "Yeah, you've seen the Beach Boys live?" And I was like, "No, but fuck Mike Love." And he was like, "Fuck Mike Love." A real great moment on the golf course. What's that one about?
Boba Fox in the chat gets it. They say, is that about Josh Samanski? Yes. Is this about the German video? Yes, it is.
It's actually about a man named Finn.
Josh Samanski at a German festival, undercover, looking for love is... I know there's a lot of discourse about prospect rankings, and everyone's mad at Corey Pronman. In his defense, I do not think he had seen this video when he made his prospect rankings, because it would have been properly done and Josh Samanski would have been number one, even though I think he's 24 years old, so I don't think he would even qualify for this. But the number one prospect in hockey, after seeing this video, Josh Samanski.
It's like how Michael Misa became the number one prospect in hockey when he assaulted a teddy bear.
Big time.
Exactly. There you go. All right. So I don't feel bad about not getting that one because I haven't seen that video. I was told not to watch that video. So no chances for me there. What does 99 mean? That's about Connor McDavid.
Kids eat free on Tuesdays or after a Red Sox win.
There you go.
Are those still happening?
Yeah. They lost a bunch of money during that win streak.
That rules.
That's got to be about Connor McDavid and the quote unquote first 99 rating in NHL franchise history. Here's a spoiler alert. they're fucking lying to you. Classic EA NHL behavior.
They're not.
I don't know. They might have you on a technicality there.
They are confusing you, which I think is
the lawyers
most ill-advised thing for EA Sports to do is to further confuse people.
And the last one here, that's so good. Walter's Cup underfloweth. That's going to be about Mark Walter. We're going to try to comprehend and grasp the situation involving Mark Walter and his financial instability, shall you call it.
Yes. But first, more Buffalo Bills chat. I kid. We are working on trying to get to a Buffalo Bills game, though. And by that, I mean,
need to see that stadium so bad.
Sean's like, yo, come up with something that can get us to a Bills game because I want to go to a Bills game.
I mean, you don't need to come up with that. You wanting to go to a Bills game could just be enough reason to go to a Bills game. Like you could
absolutely
go to Buffalo for a weekend.
Play the Chargers in week 2.
In those beautiful uniforms. Going to be maybe the worst jersey matchup or like the most conflicted jersey matchup in NFL history with like the best jerseys versus the worst.
They're going to get jersey mogged. But it happens.
Absolutely.
Question I have for the world. Did Cutter Gauthier reject 4 years times $13 million from the Ducks? Because that is what Paul Shaheen reported, and there's been a lot of smoke around that and the bind in which the Anaheim Ducks now find themselves. They matched the 5 times $18 million contract that was offered to Leo Carlsson by the Flyers, and everyone said, oh, it's going to put you in cap hell, blah, 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 blah. What's Cutter Gauthier going to end up getting? And now they're in the shit of the offer sheets. Fuck you. Like eventually we can tie this to how like the Blues fucked the Oilers and the Oilers are still paying for it. The Ducks are in the early stages of
the fallout.
God does it. Yes. Yeah. Like the fallout. They chose to match. And I think a lot of people felt that they had to, but now they're in a position where they're trying to sign their. Sean was anti-match, and fucking
look who
loved
looks
it
like
for
a bunch
you.
of fucking idiots right now.
No, I disagree because then, like, I disagree with the sentiment that they should have kept like a player like Gauthier over a player like Carlsson. I'm taking Carlsson every time.
Oh, that I agree with, I guess.
But here's the thing: is like this is why, and we said it at the time. This is why the Flyers win no matter what, because. The Flyers win no matter what. They didn't get Leo Carlsson. They don't have to overpay Leo Carlsson. And now that they've absolutely fucked the Anaheim Ducks, and I'll say this straight off the top, I'm rejecting that deal every day of the week if I'm Cutter Gauthier.
That is the most obvious. Like I saw some shock of like, ooh, they're in trouble now. And I was like, what did they think Cutter Gauthier, who love him as a player, but has he not established that he's looking to make sure he's in the right situation?
Like, well, yeah. I mean,
that's not a bending over backwards to help the team kind of guy.
Yeah, Cutter Gauthier is. I'm shocked. He's always been a team over everything else guy.
And that's not even slagging him. Like 4 times 13. If he took that, that would be doing the Ducks a solid because it would be keeping himself under RFA, or under the control of the Ducks. He's a 22-year-old, 40-goal scorer. The market was reset a month ago. Sorry, what do you want him to do?
Right, and I mean, yeah, he's 40-goal scorer, 21 years old, 22 years old. Like, he doesn't have to do the Ducks any favors, and especially if Leo is getting $18 million a year. That kind of sets I know you hate the term internal cap, but like Cutter Gauthier is allowed to go to the table and be like, well, if he's making 18, I should be making at least like 15, 16.
Yeah, right. Then I'm getting 15.
Or bring me to UFA.
Right. You want to do 5 times 15? I'll do you a solid on that. And it is crazy that we're in a world where 5 times 15 on a second contract, especially for a player who is I believe exclusive rights free agent. I forget which exact free agent that he is, but he's not the type that could be offer sheeted. So on one hand, he doesn't have that card to play where he's like, I'll just go to market, but he does have the card to play of you just signed homeboy for $18 million a year, and I'm a 22-year-old 40-goal scorer. I've established that I'm like among the best at what I do. He hasn't even done that yet, and you gave him $18 million? Pony up, baby.
Yeah.
So this is immediate aftermath or the not so immediate aftermath of an offer sheet fucks you, because the Ducks have $9.07 million in cap space. Even if they were to sign him for $13 million a year, it's bye-bye Alex Killorn, which I fucking hate. Like, I know that the people are like, oh, the Ducks they got to move out Frank Vatrano. They got to move out Alex Killorn. Like, some of these guys, and this is what happened in the aftermath of the offer sheets with the Oilers, where they had to move out Cody Ceci. Like,
Same thing.
I
I understand what you're saying, but it all comes back to Cody Ceci.
Like,
I know.
Same thing. I know that a lot of people look at Alex Killorn and they're like, yeah, whatever. You could. I love Alex Killorn on the Ducks, and I would lowercase f feel that loss if I were the Ducks. Say what you will about Cody Ceci. We have said it all positively and negatively, but every team is kind of chasing Cody Ceci for whatever reason it is. And the Oilers felt the loss of Cody Ceci. Like, Ty Emberson hasn't gotten there right away. So the post offer sheet scrambling, that's not just oh, well, yeah, if you're a bad run team, then you're going to end up in that situation. Like, nah. If you get offer sheeted and you either lose the players, as Edmonton did, or you match, you are still fucked.
Here's what you're forgetting, though. They got AJ Greer. Friend of the show. I mean, that has to be. Are we comfortable calling that the worst signing of the offseason? Like, all things considered.
Because of what it mean. What did he get, like 4 times 4 or something?
I believe so. 4.25 by 4 years. I mean, all things considered, I think that is the worst signing of the offseason, because of, like, bet you wish you had that $4.25 million per year at this point in time, huh, Pat Verbeek?
Yeah, but all roads lead back to Vinny Desharnais as well. Let's not forget that.
They all signed Vinny Desharnais?
The Ducks didn't, but the Capitals gave Vinny Desharnais 4 years and $16.8 million. You don't remember that?
I totally
It was like
about
late
that.
in but it was late on July 1, like as we were wrapping up ish, and it was 4 times. Someone was like, Capitals sign give Vinny Desharnais 4 years and $4.2 million or something. And I remember, why can't I think of Tyler Yaremchuk was like, that's a little light to not. He only got like 1.0 something, and then saw that it was $4.2 million a year, and was like, this guy was considered not playable like a week ago.
Are we leaving any room for consideration on the goodwill that the Washington Capitals have built up for reclamation projects?
I mean, if they make Vinny Desharnais cool, I mean, he's already cool, but
I mean,
if they make him
PLD
good,
pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm in. I know that it was announced today that apparently the NHL is doing a hometown remix jersey line. I wanted to draw the announcement, but Sean, you got the thing clean. I was going to draw the announcement. But yeah, they announced that they're doing this Capitals Vinny Desharnais hometown remix. That would feed Vinny Desharnais' family.
I feel like
I think they're pretty fed all this time.
Yes,
I feel like we've discussed this before, but like I feel like when they release these jerseys, we have to go through each team and figure out who the best, and by best I mean like funniest, I guess.
Like the most.
We've done that with a
like,
few teams, and the conversation's been very scintillating.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
So yes, of course, the Ducks and Pat Verbeek are wearing a few fucking shirts that they didn't wish they were wearing right now, but ultimately, you've got to sign Cutter Gauthier, or
do they?
You've got to trade Cutter Gauthier, and that is not something that I thought we'd be talking about. But I think that, look, any question is fair. I think, do they have to trade Cutter Gauthier, or should they trade Cutter Gauthier, depending on what they would get for him? And revisiting, should they have just taken the picks for Leo Carlsson, are two, Sean, completely fair questions. Tip of the cap to you, my friend.
I mean, really, they should have paid Leo Carlsson last year, and none of this fucking matters.
But Matt Cater said they weren't going to do it.
Yeah, but I know, but like, I mean,
but if they said, like, we're going to give you $13 million a year,
That's a
or
lot.
something.
That's a lot of work in favor of Pat Verbeek.
Yes, and I agree with that. I agree that they were doing on 32 Thoughts a little bit of service to repairing the relationship after they absolutely fucked Pat Verbeek.
Which, like, again, went over it at the time. What goes around comes around. Pat Verbeek deserved to get fucked at some point in time based off of the way that he approached negotiations. I think that it has come back around like tenfold at this point in time. He is having by far the worst offseason of any general manager, and I guess maybe Steve Yzerman may have had a worse
anymore, so.
considering he doesn't have a job. But Pat Verbeek and Steve Yzerman handshake, worst offseason in hockey. Wasn't wearing this fucking shirt. Thank you very much. I am seeing the chat throw out, and I believe, credit where credit is due, this was Jeff Merrick's idea, a beacon of good ideas. Cutter Gauthier getting traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins as the final leg of this whole thing would be so incredible, because then you get Philly and Pittsburgh and that Cutter Gauthier rivalry. Oh my God. Please. It'd be so funny.
And I'm trying to wonder, I'm like, part of me thinks that the next gift Young Gritty would get would be a gun for Young Gritty, or that he would just like burn his house down or something. But
I do wonder if Young Gritty would like it.
Fans, I think Penguins fans, Flyers fans might fucking love getting to boo that guy more often.
Yeah, they live to hate.
Yeah. I mean, Young Gritty, answer what you would do, and it doesn't need to necessarily be about firearms. We can.
I mean, the only reason that anybody would hate that deal as a Flyers fan is because they have to recognize how good of a player Cutter Gauthier is going to the interstate rival. Like, once I've already decided that I hate a player, and then he ends up on my rival's team, I'm like, fuck yeah, I will live to hate this guy many times a year.
Yeah, but
baseball book, but like Jacoby Ellsbury, the Yankee, is my favorite player, I think, maybe in baseball history. Because I was pissed when he went to the Yankees, but then he sucked, and I loved that. So the potential of your enemy going to your rival team and getting paid a bunch of money and then just absolutely stinking it up, like, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
There have been some really good Yankees sign a player and Red Sox fans have to loudly be like, no, I hope you don't sign him, knowing like, you fucking idiots. Jacoby Ellsbury is probably number 2 on the list. I think he worked out worse probably, so maybe he's number 1 on the list. This might be a little before your time, Sean. Carl Pavano. In the summer of, or in the winter of, it was either 2005 or 2006 or something like that, Carl Pavano was a free agent, and Theo Epstein did his big, loud whining and dining that he did with Keith Folk, that he did with Kurt Schilling, that he did with all these guys that he signed, like, went hard with like hanging out with Carl Pavano. I don't even know if they made Carl Pavano an offer. They were like, yo, Yankees, sign Carl Pavano to a huge deal. This is an organization that already knew it could part with Carl Pavano once. Shout out to Pedro Martinez trade. He'd had 1 year in Florida the previous year where all of his numbers were the exact same as they always were, except his ERA was lower. And
this is before people really cared or dug into stats.
I don't know if like whip was a thing yet or anything like that, but they basically tricked the Yankees into signing Carl Pavano. It worked gangbusters. That was how I felt about Jacoby Ellsbury going to the Yankees, where I was like, yo, he's like kind of limped to the finish line here. This shit's over.
Yeah, I remember.
You can go there.
I remember the Ellsbury thing. Like, he had a really good year before he left, and then everybody was like, that's not going to happen again.
That was it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a little bit of revisionist history. I don't feel like Red Sox fans were happy when he chose the Yankees.
Well, I mean, they definitely weren't happy that he chose the Yankees. I think that everybody kind of acknowledged that it was not in the Red Sox best interest to keep Jacoby Ellsbury.
If only they had done that shit with Jarren motherfucking Duran. Who I don't feel like we have spent enough time talking about is legitimately one of the worst players in MLB history this year. That guy stinks at baseball.
Hey, that's my goalie. You got to talk about if he's on your team. To shout out Tristan. How have we not compared that Tristan Jarry and Jarren Duran have similar names?
We also never talked, not that we would, but the Jarren Duran's Instagram behavior the other day. when he docks that guy?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I believe it.
I feel like he's done that a few times. Shut out, striking out as well.
In the grand picture of things, I don't think he was the more wrong one, but he certainly wasn't right.
Yes.
Ultimately, this all leads back to like I have
CC.
I have very complicated feelings because like I feel like the Ducks deserve some comeuppance, but I like the Ducks and I like how fun they are, and I don't want them to be dismantled because of the follies of one person.
Yeah. Can I infuriate people? This isn't half baked. This isn't a quarter baked, but Ducks, call the Oilers.
Oh boy.
And say Cutter Gauthier for Connor McDavid. I mean, every McDavid call is getting hung up on until probably next summer, and probably still being hung up. But I was thinking, like, if I were the Ducks and I were trading, because I'll tell you what, $12.5 million is cheaper than $13 million that he just rejected, and cap's going up. This idea is getting smarter as I say it. But if I'm the Ducks and I'm trading a Cutter Gauthier, I'm like, this is like one of the best assets in hockey we have. Like, yeah, we've been screwed over here, but I am shooting for whatever is past the moon.
Right. I mean, the only issue there right now, at least, is that they are limited in their leverage, I guess, a little bit. But it's not a good situation for Anaheim. I would be very, very panicky if I was a Ducks fan, especially just like the vibes were so high after you finished the season. Felt really good about the direction you were heading in, and then a absolute debacle of an offseason has put them in a precarious situation, to put it lightly.
Do you think that they even have time to have the period of, if we're trading this guy, we're trading him for the best fucking thing we can absolutely get?
It's tough because I feel like a lot of teams are they've figured out their roster situation. So, I mean, like, I'm sure there would be teams willing to reorganize things in order to get a player like Cutter Gauthier, but like, this is not an ideal time to be considering trading one of like your premier assets. So
in hindsight, shout out the chat, by the way, I won't say it was very not serious, but I'm saying, like, if I'm the fucking Ducks and they said, you're trading Cutter Gauthier, I say, well, what am I getting? Connor McDavid back? And then I'm like, you know what? I might as well make the call. Chat saying that it's obviously going to happen because everything that I predicted in the last year has been correct. I've gotten some things wrong, but not that many of them. I don't know what else you do, though, if you end up in a position where, because, like, are you going to give him $16 million a year?
I mean, I think I would.
Dude, if you are paying the combination of those two players, hold on, give me 5 minutes to do the math. What is that? $34 million a year? Oh my God, you are kind of fucked.
They are fucked. Like that's what I was saying when the offer sheet was made. They're fucked. They have there's no way out of it. They have screwed themselves.
But like cap going up, what's $17 million for two players that are entering their prime? Like, that is kind of hovering around. It's an overpayment for sure, but it's hovering around kind of the new normal. Like, it is not so astronomically over the top for like unproven commodities. Both Carlsson and Gauthier are coming off incredible years, both like very complementary players to one another. It's not unfathomable to have that be at the top of your payroll, at the top of your roster. I think that it could fit into the new normal in like a handful of years.
In that handful of years, Beckett Seneca is going to be on his second contract.
Yeah.
What's that going to look like?
Like you're going to have to.
It's going to look great on a different team.
You're going to have to remove a piece at some point. I don't know if I want it to be Cutter Gauthier.
I don't want it to be any of these guys, but at some point you have to stop the bleeding where every contract that you sign for a young player is going to be right at the tippity top of the market, or in Carlson's case, resetting it and blowing it out of the water. Yeah, Sean?
I just wonder if, like, at a certain point, they're gonna have to fire Verbeek, if not only for the reason where they can get a general manager in there to be like, that was that fucking guy. We're not doing that shit anymore. Because otherwise they're gonna have to keep playing every player $15+ million, and that's obviously
They're going to go broke buying basketball books to send to all these agents, being like, I swear, every situation's different.
Unless you're an Anaheim Duck, in which case you get whatever you want.
Damn, it's not good, man. It's not good. Would you answer the question on, do you think in hindsight they should have just let Carlsson walk?
No. I'm not gonna like, this was all very predictable. I think that we said it at the time. Like, we knew that this would get a little ugly based off of having to give Leo Carlsson $18 million. But I think at the end of the day, if you have Leo Carlsson, you can figure things out, and that's a more preferable situation to be in rather than losing Leo Carlsson and then hoping to come into a player as good as Leo Carlsson with one of those draft picks.
Ducks, praying for you guys. I don't do that a lot, but praying for you. I feel so bad for Ducks fans. It is crazy, the power of an offer sheet where no one was more on track than the Ducks. Nobody was more on track than the Ducks. And I don't know what Danny Briere drove into that train, but that thing is so far off right now. Even the other contracts that they've had to sign since, why can't I think of the defenseman that they re-upped? Was it Minchikov?
Yes. Yeah.
Minchikov having to trade Zellweger, like the whole thing is absolutely a disaster. Shout out you Ducks. It's looking good. It's very promising.
What about like I'll just like throw this out there as the bones of a deal. Like, what if you had like Cutter Gauthier to Detroit?
I knew this was gonna be a Larkin thing.
Like Dylan Larkin and Axel Sandin Pellikka.
Yeah,
I mean, Ducks really need a good defenseman on the right side. Sandin Pellikka is a very young, promising guy. And if you're like a Red Wings fan and you consider that, I know that they want a center and like not getting a center back would be really, really tough. Yeah. But I mean, if you're already out on Larkin and you bring in a player like Cutter Gauthier for the extra cost of like Sandin Pellikka, I don't know how palatable that would be, but it'd be interesting.
I feel like that's a big big potential loss for the Red Wings.
That
seems like they
the
might be giving up.
But you get Cutter Gauthier. He's
that's
a 41 goal
like
scorer.
in a vacuum,
but if Axel Sandin
deal...
Pellikka's a number one D man or whatever they project him to be, like that's going to be a very tough pill to swallow. I feel like it might be easier to swallow right now. Give it like 3 years, you might be feeling real bad about it.
In a vacuum, that's not a crazy deal, but that is a crazy deal for the Red Wings because it would mean that the Yzer plan yielded, you gave $16 million a year to a left wing. Like, straight up.
But I would say Cutter Gauthier is more of a
franchise player
bona fide
than
first
Larkin
line
is.
franchise type player than Dylan Larkin is.
Extremely agree. God. Also, shout out the Red Wings. You're fucked too. Okay. Recently in Germany, the annual Gaudoben Volksfest. I pronounced that completely correctly, I'm sure. And if I didn't, I apologize to our German listeners and viewers, because we do have German viewers. The annual Gaudoben Volksfest was held. It's an 11-day folk and beer festival. I saw some videos of it. Looks like an absolute blast. And
you had me at beer festival.
Is it Oktoberfest next month? Like, do they just have like a monthly, let's just get fucked up for a week type of thing in Germany?
Got to warm up. You got to stretch.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen how they drink over there. It is very impressive.
Well, I know that, but I like that they literally a month before Oktoberfest. So like, we also have this full week of getting fucked up and drinking beer.
Well, not everybody drinks, as we will learn. The German outlet Ideva posted a video in which they spoke to a man looking for love. The man called himself Finn, but was in fact Edmonton Oilers prospect Josh Samanski, who is now the greatest prospect in hockey, in my estimation. We're going to play the video with captions, not dubbed, so it's going to be in German, because I want to capture the vibe. I think that watching it and hearing it and everything is so rich. For the audio listeners, I did watch it and like dubbed over it on my phone, so audio listeners will be able to hear what they're saying, but that's going to be a hastily bozo dubbed over kind of thing. Here is the video. courtesy of Idava, of Josh Samanski, a.k.a. Finn, looking for love.
Zurück auf der Single Couch 26 am Gäuboden-Volksfest und ich sitze halt da mit dem Finn. Bist du mal halt auf der Suche nach deiner Traumfrau. Was gibt's denn so über die zum Wissen?
Ich bin eigentlich stinknormaler Mensch, gehe gerne aufs Volksfest mit den Jungs. Einfach auf der Suche nach der wahren Liebe und hoffentlich klappt's heute.
Soll die irgendwie besonders ausschauen?
Ja, einfach schöne Augen und alles andere eigentlich wurscht. Natürlich müssen wir uns auch gut verstehen, aber ja, einfach, dass es wahre Liebe ist.
Ja, aber die Augen, Eyes don't lie, oder?
Oh ja, die Eyes, Alter, die lügen nicht. Eventuell nicht rauchen, wäre ganz gut.
Okay, du selber bist also auch nicht Raucher?
Ja, ich bin nicht Raucher.
Okay, nicht Trinker?
Ja, ich trinke auch nichts.
Wow.
Aber eher der sportliche Typ, oder wie?
Ja, nee, ich hocke eigentlich nur daheim, auf der Couch meistens und schaue meistens die Decke an und warte einfach, bis der Tag vorbeigeht. Aber wenn die nette Dame das auch machen möchte, dann bin ich der Richtige.
Dann darf ich sagen, schließen wir das Ganze ab mit einem grünen Biermarkerl vom Fest Selwenisch. Und ihr da draußen.
Weil ich ja nichts trinke. Ich
Ja,
verstecke das, weil ich nichts trinke. Ja.
Natürlich. Ihr da draußen, wenn ihr Lust habt, an Finn Kenner zum Lerner, wenn ihr unheimlich schöne Augen habt, ich betone nochmal, sehr schöne Augen,
Ja, sehr schöne Augen.
dann rührt euch doch bitte beim Finn.
Perfekt. Sehr gut.
Geil.
Number one prospect in hockey. I just loaf around and stare at the ceiling, waiting for the day to end.
Folks, we got the Robert Pattinson of the NHL. The man just
liar.
likes lying for no reason.
I like that it was specifically a response to, oh, so you're a sports guy, right? None of that shit. I just lay around and look at the ceiling.
Yeah, not only do I not exercise, I don't fucking move. I look
Shout
at
out-
the ceiling. I don't
Very
watch
pure
sports.
of heart, though.
What's that?
Very pure of heart. He was just
That's
like,
the thing. So
I did pretty eyes.
he's on. I mean, pretty eyes being the thing that you need, and getting along is just, as you said, Sean, a well put, very pure of heart. Not quite to the level of Connor's story, but his very bright smile is on light Connor story watch. Sean, I sent you like a shorter video. Can you just play the clip of Finn, aka Josh Samanski, smiling?
Dann rührt euch doch bitte beim Finn.
Perfekt.
This guy rocks.
What
Oh, man.
a sweet little, and he's like, and ideally she doesn't smoke. I like to keep a clean home. I don't drink, but she can. That's all right. I'm just I'm mainly in this for looking at the ceiling. All right, looking at the ceiling. Maybe that's a.
I'm very curious to see if he was lying about drinking. I mean, he's at a beer fest, so I mean, he could just be there for the vibes. Could be there to hang with his pals. But I found it very funny that he's at a beer fest. He's like, I don't drink, and I don't smoke, and I don't do anything. I just
Chat-
look at the ceiling.
Chat brings up that there might be some trouble in paradise, aka trouble in Josh Samanski's home. They said he doesn't smoke. No son of Leon Draisaitl
That's
is
true.
going to go out there broadcasting an anti-cigarette campaign.
But I mean, plausible deniability. He could just be a pathological liar and just lying about everything in this interview. He could drink. He could smoke. He could be homeless.
He could be
without
named
a
Josh,
ceiling.
for all we
Yes,
know.
yeah.
You know, that truly could not be Finn after all.
Yeah.
That could be somebody else. I think that video was delightful. I've watched it multiple times. Okay, people, stop. People are in the chat are having too much fun with the staring at the ceiling of it all. Which,
Okay.
Yeah. Sean, good to you?
Is it good to me? Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how you feel about that?
I mean, like I said, he seems very pure of heart. I also don't smoke and hardly drink, so I can relate to the man.
So,
Also, as we started the episode off, clearly also looking for love.
Sean, you also you're lying.
What?
I mean,
Sean doesn't smoke. Pete, I hate to break this to you. You don't smoke.
I
For
I
the
will
100th
enjoy a
time,
good.
I will
I mean-
inform Pete he doesn't smoke.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
Yet.
Okay. Well, yeah. I smoke things. I just, I don't consistently,
Sean,
and on occasion,
I could be
we
on
all,
a real schizophrenia watch if you don't smoke.
Yeah, you were smoking with somebody else, Pete. No, I mean we've all we were all on the streets of Columbus, Ohio. Under the right circumstance, I'll enjoy any of that stuff.
Columbus
but
got that
I don't do
secondhand
it.
smoke.
The city of Detroit claimed all 3 of our bodies when we were there.
famously that too.
The city of Detroit famously made me quit smoking pot.
Yeah,
I still have not smoked pot since the fucking blunt that ruined my life.
might
I
be a
mean,
universal
mine too.
experience based off of people that we've talked to being like, you had the weed in Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, it's the most
insane, right?
the most fucked up I've been in years.
The weed in Michigan in Detroit is so good that it got Joe Biden elected president over Donald Trump.
Nice.
And that's not an anti-Biden thing. That's if things were hinging on Michigan, given other stuff that we've seen from in past elections, I was like, I think we know where that's going. No one talks about it enough. One of the most heroic things in the world is the city of Detroit for 4 years saving America. For the city of Detroit, which gets shit on all the time, putting America on its back and being like, we got this.
It's not a conversation I want to have.
I wasn't prepared for getting into the details of the 2020 presidential election.
It was people sleep on what Detroit did, man. Shout out Detroit.
People sleep on Detroit, period.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think it was so cool that it went down like that, that the hero was the city that gets crapped on all the time. Speaking of Oilers overseas, Jeff Skinner has signed a contract with EHCBLBN of Switzerland's National League. This contract was signed last week. I don't understand the quick end to temporary break to the Jeff Skinner NHL experience, but he went from buyout to, he got bought out twice kind of in 3 years. And now Jeff Skinner at 34 years young, done in the NHL. It does make us Switzerland National League heads though.
Big time. It is like, I understand the I guess critiques of Jeff Skinner as a player. He's obviously not the most well-rounded winger, but like, the man was scoring. And he didn't really produce in San Jose to the degree that we thought he would. But I am shocked that nobody gave him a real flyer. I'm shocked that he didn't get a PTO. Like, we're just shipping this guy to Switzerland and putting a stamp on his NHL career. That's really surprising to me.
We talked about it. You know who makes sense for Jeff Skinner?
Who?
Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say that if they hadn't bought him out, it would have made sense. I don't think that's a bridge you can rebuild. But I feel like if it wasn't going to work in the San Jose Sharks, it's not going to work anywhere in the NHL. Like a young team that can use, if nothing else, some veteran presence type of thing. Clearly, he's not very well liked by the coaches of the NHL, as seen by his lack of playing time in Edmonton.
Yeah, but Ryan Warsofsky didn't even like Will Smith.
Yeah,
so
he doesn't like the young guys. He doesn't like the old guys. He hates hockey. He doesn't like kids.
Maybe it's because he didn't realize Jeff Skinner was so old. He's got such a baby face. He's like, fuck these kids, not playing him. Also, shout out Ryan Warsofsky's brother, who just got hired by the Buffalo Sabres.
David Warsofsky?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Former Boston Bruins prospect.
Great. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And player. And Pittsburgh Penguin. A good question that Pete asked off of the news that Pat McAfee will be part of Monday Night Countdown, which positions him to be part of ESPN Super Bowl coverage in February. That all per Andrew Marchand of The Athletic, I should say. Pete sent that in the group text with non-zero chance that Pat McAfee ends up involved in ESPN's NHL coverage.
I'm dead serious about that.
Yeah. That's going to happen at some point.
Pat McAfee is going to show up during a Stanley Cup final broadcast and probably be the fourth member of that desk that will still have PK Subban and Mark Messier because they just refuse to change anything.
I know shockingly little of Pat McAfee. I see the show when it's forced in front of me. Yes, the AI,
the musician,
aided musician.
The only thing I'll say about Pat McAfee is that he did play in a Super Bowl. He was one of, if arguably the greatest punter of all time. He's one of the greatest players at his position of all time. He was voted as the all 2000s or 2010s punter of the decade when they did like the all decade teams or whatever.
Not a good place kicker though. Cost West Virginia a national championship berth.
Well, that's why he stuck to punting. But like, so it makes sense here. So I don't. It's not like this is some crazy like, why are they putting fucking Charles Barkley on a hockey broadcast? Like it does make sense. And also, if you're gonna pay that guy all that money and fire everybody else, you better have him work every goddamn thing you possibly can, or else it doesn't make any sense. And I'll say it, like Pat McAfee can be entertaining, and he's like he knows football. The problem where Pat McAfee lost me when he stopped talking about football. Like he started getting into other shit. And I'm like, I don't need any of this. You're a football player.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not surprised by the involvement in Super Bowl coverage for ESPN or ABC. Like that makes sense to me. That's your biggest thing now for whatever reason.
Unfortunately,
it is. But I mean, like the co-founder of ESPN dying, or founder of ESPN dying,
founder, yeah,
and the tribute being cut off by having to go to the Pat McAfee show
So
was just
extraordinarily on the nose.
too
symbolic.
fucking on the nose, man. Like everybody has Pat McAfee fatigue, even if they liked Pat McAfee. And I personally don't care about Pat McAfee. I sit him out. Like I see a lot of people being like, ESPN, renounce him. We think he has MAGA leanings or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know about any of that. I don't care about any of that. I just want to see less of him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Sean. I mean, you say they're paying him all this money, so you may as well work him to death. I also think from like a public perception standpoint, there's just fatigue there. And then them continuing to plaster him all over the network in every corner has forced people to kind of turn on him. And that is just going to be received poorly the more and more that he's kind of shoehorned into things.
I mean, obviously it has caused a lot of people to turn on him, but I think it's also endeared him to a lot of people. Like, I don't think ESPN is so poorly run that they're doing this at like their complete pure own like demise. Like, they obviously think they're getting something out of it, and there are a lot of people that like Pat McAfee's show is wildly popular. I have no interest in listening to him talk about whatever the fuck he talks about in the show anymore. But like people do find him entertaining, and like he can be. He's a wild personality. He just talks about all this other shit and does other dumb shit because he is just a football player at the end of the day. Like he is not qualified to do much more beyond that, but other than play and talk about football. So like I don't really have any use for him, but I understand how it got to this point.
On the music thing, on him making the album, the only thing I really want to say, because I don't want to give it oxygen, is, yeah, he's allowed to make an album, and everybody should make, like, if you like music, like, I fucking like music, and I play music, and I've made music, and I've put stuff out there. Like, I'm not saying, like, if you do this, you can't do this, but everybody, and not everybody, it's only a few people, but even, like Butchergrass, who is, like, my fucking guy. Like that's our friend. Don't act like he fucking like did something here. He spoke words into an AI app that spat out a song demo. The producer of the album said this is how these songs were made, and they went in the studio and polished them up. So I am all for people, like, if Pat McAfee wants to start taking guitar lessons or whatever, like, cool, like that fucking rules. I love people trying things. He didn't do that.
It wasn't brave of him or like a genius sort of venture into music. He hired a cover band to cover the AI songs that he made. Like the songs themselves aren't AI, but they were generated as AI first, and then they went into a studio and then covered them.
Yeah.
That's so lame.
That's the only thing.
That's arguably worse than doing AI music. It's doing AI music and then having a cover band copy those songs.
And honestly, I have the people I've seen get shat on the most for all this are there's some like grifters online pretending it's good, hoping that, I don't know, they can get follows from like right-wing people or whatever.
They're quote unquote bouncing on it.
Yeah.
doing tricks on it.
They're doing tricks on it.
I quoted somebody who posted themselves eating chicken wings and was like, listening to the new McAfee and eating chicken wings, all caps. Dude can sing. And the clip they were playing was just like, I'm in a boy, we should all get along. And I think, why is everybody hating on everybody? So I quoted it with like all caps. Dude can sing. Like, holy shit. So that's going on. So people, of course, aren't taking that seriously. And then, like, poor Dan Orlovsky. I don't know Dan Orlovsky. Rooted for him when he was at UConn. I listened to Katie on Casuals talking about this, and she was like, in Dan Orlovsky's defense, I think he actually heard that music and liked it.
Yeah, I think that Dan Orlovsky is just...
He's another one.
Yes.
So,
He's-
like, I don't think
he
that
famously has had head injuries.
Yeah, he. So people are like, "Oh, you're sucking up to ESPN or whatever," and I don't know what people are doing when they're saying that. I just disagree with it. I would buy that Dan Orlovsky just listened to those songs and liked it, and I would buy that Butchergross listened to those songs and liked it. The only thing I'll push back on though is that like he did. This isn't an accomplishment. He didn't fucking do it. He. If you're having AI make your shit for you, then like
My
that
favorite
ain't it, Chief.
My favorite bit was do you know Ebo from Mostly Sports? He copy and pasted every ESPN person's compliments of McAfee's album and just posted them on his own Twitter word for word, but then added paid content or sponsored content. It's such a good
That's a
bit.
great troll. That's such a good troll. I just can't imagine, like, even if I did genuinely like it, like whether it's Bucci or Orlovsky, I would be so self-conscious of the appearance of it looking like I'm being a company bootlicker. Like it comes off, even if you did genuinely like it, as being like you're riding for the big dog at ESPN. What we need to happen is we need Stephen A. Smith to put out like some kind of R&B album or something like that, and see if we get the same response. Because then it would be clear that it's just somebody upstairs the mouse is telling him what to tweet.
I would. I mean, as long as it's not done with AI,
Yeah,
I'm subscribing to a Stephen A. Smith R&B.
I would
Stephen
too.
A. Smith-
I kind of would too.
Like acts and Stephen A. Smith say what I think that people like don't know that Stephen A. Smith is a was a like real journalist, was really good at it. Like everything that he does, he gets good at. So I would actually buy that. And I think that Stephen A. Smith would like take the guitar lessons or the piano lessons or the whatever it would need to be like, all right, let's make something cool here. And that's not what McAfee did, but I don't need to fucking explain that to you because if you've seen it or heard any of it, you obviously know that this is just a shitty, mailed in dumb thing, and you don't have to say it's good. You do have to say Connor McDavid is good because EA Sports has confused everyone with their rankings. They released their forward ratings for NHL 27, boasting that Connor McDavid is the first member of the 99 club. So, I mean, we reacted live to it on the Patreon episode, Sean. You told us about it. We were like, wow, first player who's a 99. That's really cool. Turns out, no, they've had 99s before. Like Ray Bork was a 99. I think some other guys were, but this is the first time they've called it the 99 club. So you are to respect them for that. EA Sports, don't do that. You confuse everybody with everything you do already. Don't do that.
I'm gonna put a stamp on something. I'm gonna say something very, very bold. This is the worst rollout for a sports video game in my lifetime. Because the two things that they are billing on around this release is the connected franchise, which is admittedly on EA's part a shell of a game mode that they're promising will be good at some point. Did you see that? You know, that connected franchise feature that we were like, wait a second, what's going on here? You can only do one season, blah blah blah. Yeah, EA Sports like put out a statement last week that was like, we've heard your feedback. The mode will be completed at some point, like in future games.
Firefest ass mode.
Beta test.
Yes. So that plus just straight up lying about Connor McDavid being the first 99. I get that it's the 99 club.
Yeah.
So what is the fucking club? The
So
club
I will
is
say-
players who have been 99 in franchise history. Just because you had a club that was built like after you gave out 99s, those players should be like grandfathered in.
Yeah,
I will
and what happens to
say-
Mario Lemieux, because he was a 100 in NHL 94.
Yeah. So that's the problem. Is like and EA Sports clarified this, I guess, at some point. Like there was a change at some point in how they rated the players. And the 99 club thing is something they've been doing with the Madden game for a handful of years. So it is like a pre-established kind of like brand award type of thing, whatever you want to call it. So I get like what they're doing, and I don't think like they were intentionally trying to be misleading, being like people will never look up whether or not we've had 99s before. Like it's obviously something that would have been easily, but like who cares? I guess is my thing.
So,
yeah, I don't know. It's just like who cares?
I'm looking at the wording of the tweet.
Yeah,
For the first time in EA Sports NHL history, there is a 99 club, and there could only be one first member. Like, I feel like that is intentionally misleading.
It's deceiving.
Yeah.
I think it's carefully worded. I mean, I guess it's distinction without a difference, I suppose. But like, I just think they were very specific. Where like, if there were lawyers involved, they'd be like, we never told a lie.
Chat,
we were very specific.
Chat asks, what do we mean by 99? They rate players in video games. There are basically how good you are, and it's out of 100. So if you are a 99, a 99 out of 100, you're amazing. If
It's
you're
out of
like
99.
a 70, you're fine.
There are
it's
no
out of
hundreds.
99?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like I said, they transitioned at one point
Shout
to
out
a whole new
Y2K.
rating system, and they like for probably at least 10, 15 years at this point, like no EA Sports video games, no sports video games at all give 100 overalls anymore.
It doesn't
I don't
go to
know.
100.
I don't know exactly if that was like there's no such thing as a perfect player type of thing. Like I don't know why they kind of made that change, but this is the first 99 overall player in like the modern era of the EA Sports NHL video games, which is also the worst era of the EA Sports NHL video games.
Incredible comment by Mimi, by the way. So it sounds like another club that Jack Hughes is going to get turned away from.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, very good. Nice job. Other ratings for forwards include Nikita Kucherov and Nathan McKinnon, both 97. Leon Draisaitl, 96. Sasha Barkov and Macklin Celebrini, both 95. I will say lists and ratings and everything are made to infuriate you and say those are wrong. McDavid 99, Kucherov, McKinnon 97, Draisaitl 96, Celebrini, Barkov 95. Maybe I've got a little pushback on Barkov, and maybe Celebrini could be like a 94 right now, but I kind of got no notes there. That's like, I agree with that. Coming off of last year, I'd say Kucherov should be ahead of Draisaitl, and I would say probably tied with McKinnon. Like maybe you could say McKinnon's a 96, but no, he's fucking not. He's Nathan McKinnon. I think that I think that maybe you could argue any of these guys, you'd nudge 1 point in either direction. Like you could, I'm sure maybe some people think Draisaitl could be a 97. If somebody gave me this list and said, "Is this okay?" I would say, "Yeah, cool, send it through."
Do you want to guess as to what Evan Bouchard is ranked?
I was just going to say they just released defense and
They
goalies
just
before the
released
show.
it. I knew it was coming today.
Yep. It's right defenseman. Where does Evan Bouchard
Yes.
rank amongst right defensemen?
Amongst right defensemen, I would say top 5.
You would be
You're
correct.
And let's give him a. I mean, I personally think he's like a 94.
I'll tell you, Cale Makar is number 1, and he has a 95 rating.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I was thinking of like if Makar would be a 99, but no.
Relative to
also,
Cale
can I
Makar,
give
who's a
you-
95, what would you put? Where
Can
would
I
you
give
put
you-
Evan Bouchard?
Last
Can I
year,
give you the left defenseman ratings?
if it's based
this
on
might
last
give you more
year,
context.
I would say he's a fucking 96. But
Yeah,
if it's for the Earth,
Give the left defenseman ratings
So
to provide
the
more context.
The top 5 are Zach Rowensky and Quinn Hughes, both at 95. Rasmus Dahlin and Miro Heiskanen at 93. And then there are 4 91s at Matthew Schaefer, Jacob Slavin, Roman Yossi, and Victor Admin.
Roman Yossi getting a 91 is crazy.
Right? I was going to say, what the fuck is happening there? But yeah, so that's your top 5 is from 95 to 91 there.
Okay, like
it
it or
rounds
not-
out with Morrissey and Hudson at 90, by the way.
Like it or not, Bouchard should be ahead of some of those guys, including Schaefer right now. So I would say Bouchard is a 93 or 92.
Bouchard is a 91, so he's ranked the same as Matthew Schaefer.
And I don't have like, I think that actually, I don't know. Like at the end of last year, Bouchard was better than Matthew Schaefer. But right now, who fucking knows? Matthew Schaefer is 1 year old and he's one of the best players in the league.
Right, it's like
so he's coming for that ass.
We got too much tape on Bouchard, and we've got not enough tape on Schaefer.
Yeah.
I think you left out an important detail here, which is that makes Evan Bouchard the second ranked right defenseman in the game.
Give me the right defenseman rankings, Pete.
Cale Makar, number 1 at 95. Evan Bouchard, number 2 at 91. And they're the only 90s. Third is Adam Fox at 89. He's tied with Charlie McAvoy, Movit Sida, Noah Dobson. Sider should be in the 90s.
So I wondered if
Sider should be above Evan Bouchard.
I wondered if he'd be clumped in the same area. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't say necessarily put him above, but I think he should at least be 90.
He should be right there.
Like I think he's at least he's a top
Should be more
3
than Adam
right
Fox.
D-man. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
And Charlie McAvoy. Like Sider's better than McAvoy.
I think he
and
should
Fox.
probably be like a 90, 91.
I hate how much I'm enjoying this because I know that it can't be good radio, as they say. Being like, what's this guy rated? I don't know this video game, but that sounds bad.
I
But I'm
appreciate
into
that they gave Zach Werenski the respect I think he deserved, because I feel like with as good as he's been, there's still kind of a general energy of like it's Makar and Hughes, and then how you slot everybody else there from there. But they put Werenski, Hughes, and Makar as the exact
Whoa!
same.
I mean,
Someone in the
Aaliyah-
chat said Zyder slander. No, we're not doing that.
What?
Who said that?
No, we're
I just said that he should be higher.
well, maybe from EA Sports. EA Sports.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Aaliyah and
Eileen.
are raising a good point. Like Heiskanen basically only plays on the right side now, so he should be on the right side listing. In which case, he would be the second ranked right defenseman.
Yeah. So are they doing right shot D or plays on the right side?
It just says left defense and right defense.
Can I ask, is it fair that Miro Heiskanen is the same overall as
Heiskanen.
Rasmus Dahlin? Heiskanen? Is it the same? Is it fair? Like, I don't think Rasmus Dahlin should be on 95. So basically I'm asking, is Heiskanen too highly ranked or is Dahlin too low ranked?
I'd
Or is
say
it fair?
overall in life, it's kind of fair if they're ranked the same.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Dahlin's been better more recently, but
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely have a Dahlin bias, which is why I was asking the question.
fuck yeah. Let's discuss PWHL owner Mark Walter, because the headlines keep coming, including one from the Hockey News, because the PWHL has announced that they are not going to kick out the owner of their league. What is happening that the PWHL has to say that they have, quote, absolutely no expected change to ownership of the PWHL right now?
Well, I mean, that's seemingly a Mark Walter decision.
I was going to say
Because he is just offloading or trying to offload his sports empire or pieces of it, because he just owes a shitload of money to people that he's taken money from insurance wise, right? Like, Sean, like, what's your understanding of this whole situation?
zero. And
Okay.
quite honestly, the very little that I've learned about it, I don't fully even understand why what he did is illegal. I know it's like there's like financial fraud involved, but it just seems like he's moving money around companies that he owns. So I have literally no understanding of what's going on here.
So-
other than the fact that the feds are investigating him.
I have a tidy little some summary provided by a Reddit user, Stewmander, and this is what they say. This is kind of just like the overarching thing, aside from the PWHL of it all. Mark Walter's business is insurance. It's standard practice to take the premiums customers pay and then invest them or loan them out as long as you report it. And Mark Walter did not report, or more accurately, he didn't report exactly how much he loaned out. And somebody blew the whistle on that. And that's what the federal investigation is about. And Walter now, as he's under investigation, appears to be trying to undo all of those loans by selling things and then paying them back. And he's likely trying to avoid selling the Dodgers as well as avoid penalties, fines, and jail time. So, like, he basically got caught using this money that he took for insurance practices, then distributing it to, like, invest in all these, like, sports franchises. And that's why he had the Lakers, the Dodgers, the PWHL, Chelsea, because he's just like not reporting all of this money that he brought in from insurance, and now has to like go ahead and either repay that or report it to kind of like get current on how much money he's shelled out. So now he needs a shitload of capital. And the recent development on that is that he approached the Dodgers TV deal provider, Charter Communications, to see whether or not they wanted to exit the TV deal years early in exchange for a lump sum of cash. And they were like, no. So he's still scrambling to put together all of this money, which is why the PWHL of it all kind of comes into play here. Not that, I would imagine that the PWHL would not bring him even close to what he owes if he were to like offload the PWHL.
No, I mean, if he's owing, is it like billions?
Billions. Like he sold the majority stake in the Lakers for $12.5 billion.
Yeah.
And that gets him a third of the way there.
Christ.
Yeah.
You think you got it bad, Pat Verbeek?
So
Gonna have to sell Shohei.
And I was talking about this. The most interesting part of this to me, and I was talking about this with Young Gritty this morning. Apparently, and don't take me at my word for or all of this as gospel, because I'm not smart enough to understand all of this.
That's for anything said on the show. Go
Correct. For the Dodgers TV deal, or the way that the Dodgers are operating, they have massive loans under the Dodgers umbrella that are being paid to the receivers on these loans. And both the lender and the receiver are under the same umbrella. So basically, they're just shifting money around. And it's very paper thin in terms of like the pillars of which this business stands on. So there's some speculation that the Dodgers might go bankrupt. This is all so fucked up.
Dude,
Yeah,
what if the feds again save baseball? Like they had to do it back in the day. What if they do it again by just fucking up Walter's life? I really don't there seems like there's so many arms and fingers. Like I don't understand exactly how all of this might play out and what the ramifications of it might be. But because my thing with this the whole time is like I don't think Walter's going to get in any kind of trouble. Like it's not the world billionaire. That's the world we live in. Billionaire. He's not going to get like.
Well, that's not
he's not
true.
going to face jail time.
Billionaires who commit for like I do. I feel like the SEC does not fuck around.
I don't trust that the federal government that we currently have will hold any billionaires accountable for anything.
That's fair.
Especially one that just sold the Lakers to a fucking Kushner. It's Trump's fucking in a way, a son-in-law in a way. Like I don't think he'll get in any trouble, but I don't think that does anything for the money part of it. Like he's still gonna have to. Like I don't understand who he owes money. I guess if the money he owes
using
money to is like money from his organizations.
He owes money to the people that he's like taking their insurance money from, because if he didn't report it, in order for those things to go away, he basically has to, from my understanding, like
Pay back the loans.
pay back the loan and basically nullify those deals.
I'm just
and
going to
give them
confuse
their
myself
money
more
back.
if I keep talking about it, honestly, because like I thought the loans were from himself. Like I get that the money is coming from the people who are paying for insurance, but those people are paying the money to a Walter-owned organization, and then he's taking it from his organization to another organization, which I get that there's probably like there's rules around. I just don't understand who, like the people are still getting their insurance, are they not? So like I don't understand who he actually owes money to, unless there's like tax stuff that he's kind of hidden from the federal government, stuff like that. That I understand, but
It seems to be because he's not reporting this. It kind of like fucks over other rich people and other billionaires Like,
Okay, well, now you're losing me there in terms of whether or not this guy should hold accountability. If other billionaires are getting fucked over, the level to which I care is basically zero.
but that's also when these things start getting taken seriously.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Because
I don't know.
that's
I like
when there's like power behind the, not like the witch hunt, but the prosecution of a
for
person
sure.
like this. When there are other very powerful, rich people behind the push, like that's why I'm kind of saying that there's a chance that he does go to jail as a result of this.
Yeah, I just I don't. Everybody fucking gets pardoned nowadays. It's like I don't know. Not that it ultimately matters, because like really, like I said, the only thing I actually care about is kind of the extent to which it affects my sports, particularly the PWHL. So as long as it doesn't do that, I don't care if that man is free or not.
So
As long as he didn't screw over like the common man.
this crime is clearly more white collar, but say he does go to jail, would the Walter Cup become the most gangster trophy in all of sports?
I feel like if he goes to jail, it's almost a certainty that that trophy gets renamed.
So that was the
Get
real
ready for
question,
the
which
Billie
is
Jean
like they
King
say
Cup.
that there's no expected ownership change, but there might be if the owner is in jail. Somebody else is going to have to own it, and I don't know what happens with the asset or whatever. But do we think this results in the Walter Cup being no more? Because I think for a lot of fans' purposes, the most relevant thing here is, hey, that's the name from the trophy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also the name of the guy who owns the league and every team in it and that trophy. I would imagine that if he comes under legal fire and actually does have to face consequences for his fraud, you're probably going to try to scrub your affiliation as long as he doesn't still own the league.
I
yeah,
wonder if they.
Shout out
someone
family
just,
names on the cup, by the way.
Someone just mentioned it.
People forget.
The second most controversial name,
Yes.
family names on the cup of the offseason.
Yesterday on the sheet, they were talking about the next time a ring comes off the was that what it would be? A ring comes off the Stanley Cup. The Maple Leafs will no longer be on the Stanley Cup. But he said, he was like, also though, like Bobby Orr won't be on the cup anymore. And Merrick was like, 5 Dundon children will be on there, but no Bobby Orr.
How would you feel about the Billie Jean King Cup? Because what I was going to say is, like, somebody mentioned the Isabel Cup from the PWHL. What was that last league? PHF. I don't know if they have like the rights to that, if they're allowed to do that or whatever. And then obviously Billie Jean King, not a hockey player at all, but is kind of like the leader of modern women's sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you'd have to shorten it to the King's Cup or King
okay,
Cup.
well,
but
I
that
don't
would
know
be
if that
hilarious in a women's league.
Yeah, it might be the Billie Cup, the Billie Jean Cup. I don't know.
I mean,
You can't call it the
I
King's
don't
Cup,
hate
yeah.
the idea, but I think having it be the King's Cup in like a women's sports league would be like so funny.
I guess it depends on how the women feel about it, but yeah, it is certainly a hilarious look.
So I was choosing to not go in this direction, but I was
Can't call it the
the
Billie
reason
Jean
why
Cup.
I was quiet for the last couple of minutes
Oh.
was I was like, please no one arrive at if it's the Billie Jean Cup, then the PWHL Cup is going to be called the BJ Cup, and nobody wants that at all.
That's not what I thought. I instantly thought it's a Michael Jackson Cup at that point. If you remove the King, all I think about is Michael Jackson.
The Not My Lover Cup.
yes.
Yeah.
This seems like a cash grab.
Okay, we're gonna show a conversation that we had with Jay Dowton, who we don't talk a lot about on this show, but he is the CEO and co-founder of the Nation Network, which this show, What Chaos, is on the Nation Network, and it owns a bunch of stations or whatever you would call it, like kind of micro outlets in different cities. We go on with Tyler, we go on with Liam, like that's all under the Nation brand. And recently they kind of cleaned up what it's all called. So, and they just put it under, under Daily Face-Off, which I always thought that was a really smart idea, made sense. It'd make everybody understand that, okay, So Tyler and Liam are part of the same thing that like Alberga in Toronto is part of, and like the Barn Burner people in Calgary are part of, in Vancouver. Like it's all the same thing. So it's clean, it's cool. We've talked about it on the show, I believe, but we wanted to, there's been some confusion about it, and we grabbed Jay to kind of clear it up, because ultimately, like we talk about Daily Face-Off and we use Daily Face-Off. If this is a hockey show, this is a thing that we use a lot. And I didn't know this until this conversation. Apparently people are pissed. Right up my alley. Hockey fans being mad about a thing that might not be that consequential. Very good. So here's our conversation with Jay, and we'll do some more shit after this. All right, let's talk to kind of our boss, co-founder and CEO of the Nation Network, Jay Dowton. Jay, it's a good thing that it shows how hands-off you are, that the only time we talk about you on the show is when you come up with cool trade proposals. So I don't know why it's taken so long to get you on the show, but thanks for coming on.
I'm honored. I've been wanting to come on forever, so I'm happy to be here. And yeah, let's call each other friends.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, credit to you as a good boss / friend that you haven't bullied us into having you on the show. If you've wanted to come on forever, you could have just made us have you on.
I've got some Oilers takes, boys.
We've also like been looking for guests, so some of those times I think it would have been very helpful. We will get to your Oilers takes, because I will say your proposed Evan Bouchard for Rasmus Dahlin's straight up idea didn't age as horribly as I think people thought it would. So not a bad trade. You have made a trade of sorts. So the way I see it, tell me if I'm explaining this wrong. You, in the last, 20-ish years or something like that, have built these small kind of like mini networks of, whether it's in Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, or whatever. And I think everyone got to know them, but I don't think they knew that they were all under the same thing. And this summer, I don't think that the word rebrand is right or whatever, but like you've just kind of announced like, hey, this is just all Daily Face-Off, okay? It's Daily Face-Off Edmonton, it's Daily Face-Off Toronto, Daily Face-Off Calgary. And I thought that this made perfect sense, because quite frankly, Pete and I say all the time, like, the audience doesn't necessarily always care about us as much as we think, or like they're not looking into as much stuff. So they might not know as we do that all these things are connected. But what went into doing this?
Well, so what you're describing is confusion. And that is ultimately something we've been dealing with for a long time. This started in 2007 as a passion project, as a singular, name, right? In Edmonton, we launched Oilers Nation. And the mission and business plan around the Nation was to build something about hockey, about our team, about our city, that could pay for our car payments, buy us season tickets, and pay for our golf membership. And that was the goal. No bigger aspirations than that. And then as it evolved and we realized that, holy crap, there's a future in this. Like, I'm quitting my job and we're going to go all in on this and scale this out into other markets. We continued down that same path. And then along the way, we were able to bring on Daily Face-Off into the fold and, take something that was a league-wide fantasy brand and turn into now a league-wide fantasy and like editorial content, social media brand. When you're talking to audience, you're talking to sponsors, no one ever knew anything, like who was connected to what. They couldn't even connect the fact that Canucks Army and Oilers Nation were part of the same umbrella. And so as a business, we hit a bit of a ceiling because there's always a storytelling and explanation. Last December, we had the realization that like we need to, if we want to take that next step, this is something that we kind of refuse to acknowledge. Going through the path of like, what do we need to do, kind of had this aha moment of like, well, if everyone league-wide knows what Daily Face-Off is. So it's such a strong brand. Because of Daily Face-Off, we're a Canadian-based company, it allowed us to grow into the States because hockey is its sandbox. And it just made so much sense to just connect all of our like market brands to Daily Face-Off, so we could just remove that confusion. Like I said, it was a bit of a mourning process because, like, you know, we've been doing this since 2007, and there's a lot of passion. And if anyone was paying attention to kind of like the Edmonton side of the equation and the reaction, there was a lot of passion around this, and rightfully so. But you know, it's not a function when I say we're growing up. Like we are growing up as a business, but we're not growing up in terms of passionate fans creating content for other passionate fans. It's just we're putting everything under one house, one brand, to remove that confusion and just make things a lot easier. And you know, this is going to unlock a lot of things for us. It can unlock things for you guys, our other talent in other markets, and then most importantly, our audience. So it's very exciting. It was, like I said, it was an emotional roller coaster for a little bit to kind of even think about moving off of our previous kind of setup to get to this. But you know, once you kind of made the decision and then kind of mapped out the future, you just felt better and better and better and better about it.
Yeah, I mean, beyond just like the confusion too, I also just feel like, and this is not blowing smoke, Daily Face-Off has become a bit of a monster in terms of like the internet hockey space and being a resource. So like it does feel like it makes sense to push a lot of the eggs in that direction and in that basket. Do you have any like bigger plans for Daily Face-Off beyond what it's become right now?
Well, it now makes us more agile. So, you know, the plan is to still grow in hockey. Like, you know, we're very well covered in Canada, and we're still going to continue to grow in Canada and do more in Canada. But Daily Face-Off allows us to build out and get deeper in the States. Because, you know, we want to serve the hockey community, and it's just not all Canadians. There's a lot of us that in the hockey community, but there's a large amount of people from the States that love hockey. And you know, if opportunities, and I'm just throwing this out there, but like it's not like happening at any moment in time, but like it makes setting up something in Boston, like a DFO Boston, it just makes it easier to do that because it's connected to that brand. It already gives it a running start as opposed to having to start from absolute zero, ground zero, to try to build something up. And you know, as we all know, like starting with 0 views, 0 page views, 0 followers on an Instagram account, it's a grind. And now when it's connected to this mother hockey brand, it's gasoline for growth when we want to do things like that. So like I said, it makes us more agile, allow us to move faster, allow us to pursue opportunities that maybe we felt we couldn't make that connection because we're already having a tough time making our own brands connect. So yeah, it's all about agility, and it's all about pursuing opportunity, and now, you know, just having the DFO brand to be the engine behind it. It just makes these opportunities a lot make more sense.
Can Sean lead DFO Boston? He really likes the Bruins, and I think that giving Sean a Bruins show would be the next logical step in sending Daily Face-Off into the stratosphere.
I mean, you joke, but there once was a proposal for me to do a daily Toronto Maple Leafs show for Daily Face-Off, I think with Alberga, just as a way to piss people off every single morning.
And it turns out Alberga pisses people off enough on his own. They're like, we don't even need someone who hates the Leafs. This is perfect. People in Edmonton will hate everything Alberga's saying because every day it's the countdown until McDavid joins them. What do you got? How do you like the Oilers offseason? And do you have any like zesty ideas as to how they can survive the Babcock era?
Well, it's Kool-Aid season right now, right? Like we're 42 days I think away from puck drop or something like that, and so you know it's feeling really close. So now you're getting excited and amped up for the season. Our off season started very interesting, for sure, and obviously you know our beloved Oilers like to do the most polarizing things they can do to create a lot of interesting attention. And so they pulled trigger on Babs, but now that we're on the other side of it, let's go Babs. Babs is what we needed. He was the missing piece. McDavid needs him. Leo needs him. Bush needs him.
That's what sucks. Like
The arc is so predictable.
Yeah.
And, like everybody was so mad.
No,
on
like that
day
is my
one.
coach. Like,
I know. I mean, you literally have no other choice.
yeah, not what I wanted.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Hate your team more than you already hate your team for the reasons that you should hate your team every single day?
Yeah,
That's your coach. Just hope
I
that
mean,
it
I
goes
mailed
well.
my phone to Babcock. I'm doing my part. I want him to see what I look like, and what I'm up to. I believe in the process.
That's the next chapter for Daily Face Off. It's just going to be Lupin, Mike Babcock. I mean, they had like when Bobby Valentine was in Boston, they had like a weekly show on Nesson for the year that he was there. So maybe for the year that Mike Babcock's in Edmonton.
I mean, that's
something.
arguably the hardest part of your team doing some dumb shit that you don't like is that it's not the day that they do it. That's the first day that it pisses you off. But then you know that you're going to go to bat for that person or that team or like the decision for years.
I don't know about going to bat for. I mean,
Fine.
I like famously the day they made the Stu for Jari trade, I was like, I'm going to say that's my goalie. Turns out I never ended up saying that once. But like my plan, like I was like, I hate this, but of course
That's your coach.
That's going to be my guy, and I'm going to back him. I didn't really have the opportunity to back him at any point. I don't know how much I'm going to be backing Mike Babcock. I think that the emotions and feelings that I have are real, and I don't know if I could fake something otherwise. I'm probably going to say that's my coach at some point.
I mean, he's our coach. I don't know if I would go as far as say I would defend him either, but you know what? We know that their leadership was involved and they signed up for it, and they're publicly saying all the right things to, for us as fans to be like, okay, I'm in. If you're in, I'm in. I'm easy.
I mean, what sucks about it and is good about it, I guess, is like they're probably going to be good to really good because all the players have to prove that they're not idiots for choosing that guy. So like everyone's going to be fine and whatever. As you said, it's Kool-Aid season. Everything is good. Everything is great. Has this been like summer for you been extra crazy though with all this? Like you mentioned, I was on vacation, so I didn't see this. You said there was a lot of passion coming out of Edmonton after the name change.
I mean, people
was
hate
anybody
change.
pissed?
People hate
I mean, I'm
change.
sure, but like, what did people being pissed look like?
It was just interesting. So one of the regrets, and we could never do it because of the sensitivity, and I'll explain why in a second, is just we couldn't bring the audience along for the ride. And we love to try to do that where we can. And, when you're changing, social media account handles, like you can only do that once. You can't go and reserve it. You can't tell people you're doing it. Because if you do, DFO Edmonton would be DFO _Edmonton 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 because everyone on their dog would have tied it up and would have made it difficult for us. So you kind of have to operate in the shadows when it comes to that. So people, everyone's like, well, they're so mad, they're frustrated. I'm like, it's passion. It's because they care. They've been with us for so long. And we just flipped the switch. So like, I get it. It's coming from a place of care. So it's just funny, some of the narratives though, right? Like one of the narratives is Daily Face-Off acquired the Nation sites.
Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
That's
They were going to
the
be like,
best.
oh, corporate sellouts.
Yeah, corporate sellouts. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, so I'll give you a backstory to this. Like this company was incorporated in the province of Alberta as OilersNation.com Limited. And for the longest time, people would get their paychecks from OilersNation.com Limited. So I got no greater pride than from someone in Toronto that supported the Leafs Nation website, social, YouTube, whatever it was, getting an OilersNation.com check. I took a lot of pride in that at that time. But I have to grow up from that. But at that moment in time, it always felt a little good, just to be a little cheeky. But in 2013, OilersNation.com Limited bought Daily Face-Off. So it was the reverse acquisition, and it happened so long ago. But people don't know that. Like we put out articles, we talk about it, in shows how it's connected, and people like still creates that confusion, right? There's still this massive disconnect, which further supports why we had to do what we had to do. And then the other ones are like Toronto's calling the shots. And we have a global.
That one
parent
comes
company.
from at Golden Muzzy.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so pissed that I didn't see any of this. I would have
into the
participated.
I almost sent it to you because I think you would have really appreciated it, but I respected your vacation time. There are a lot of comments being like, they better not fucking fire Liam. These like corporate overlords coming, not understanding what this guy does.
Are gonna hate Liam.
It's like Liam better be sticking around.
Well, I would think if they knew that we were attached to it, they'd be like, Liam and DJ gone immediately.
Well, that's what's funny, and yeah, Liam's not going anywhere for sure. But yeah, the whole like corporates coming in, big changes, and I'm like, yeah, we're part of a global company, which allows us to do what we do. They didn't know we were doing this. Like we were until we had the cake fully baked on our plan, and like kind of announcement strategy. Like that's when we brought them in. This was not a mandate from them. This was us just being like, geez, like. If we want to take the next step, we got to do something. And so they found out probably 4 weeks ago, and they were quick to support it. But yeah, no, this was all us. But it's easy, right? When you can't bring people along for the ride and inform them, they can just kind of look at things and try to create their own dots to connect. And so it's kind of funny, the creativity that's out there, because there's a lot more than just those, but those are like the two ones that, like, when I see them, I'm like, oh, like, really? That's what you think?
I'm getting
I'm
in
here.
on that. I know, like, it's gonna be. I'm sure, like, all that has died down. I need to get in on it. I've been doing like fake enjoying the Pat McAfee album tweets, and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm gonna get in on the like mad and confused at the DFO name thing.
I have to ask: is this going to alleviate maybe a little bit of annoyances with some of the teams in the markets because of the shedding of the names attached to the brand?
I have a strong feeling it's going to unlock some things for us.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
hell yeah!
Just curious, because I got, understandably so. Like when there's a team name attached to like a media source that is unbiased and sometimes fairly or unfairly critical of the team. Like teams can be very sensitive about that shit. So I feel like it's a logical thing for it to alleviate some of that pressure.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna have better partnerships with everyone kind of involved because of this, and then with that, it's gonna, like I said, there's gonna be more that we can do, which is great, which ultimately the audience benefits. So now, like I've been saying throughout the kind of various interviews I've been doing about this, like our content, we're not changing, our DNA isn't changing, our content isn't changing. In Edmonton, we're still doing our Donair bracket challenge to name the best Donair shop in Edmonton, because as hockey fans in Edmonton, we love Donairs. Like that type of stuff isn't going away. But I understand we're in this moment of time where it's like, well, prove it. Like, and so it's important that our actions, align with our words. So, we've got this. Well, there's also like some strategy to like why we did it in August, because we didn't want to do it right when we flipped when puck dropped. So we have this time to like, just if there's any fracture or in trust, that we've got 6-7 weeks before.
Nice.
Before the
I'm
thank you.
finally starting to phase it out. That's like the first one I've missed.
No. My 4-year-old daughter's got me on it. It just got to her. So
Wow.
it's now.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It took a minute. There's a little bit delayed when you're that young, but the young kids are now onto it. But yeah, so we've got this time to prove to everyone that we ain't changing. This is just going to allow us to do more, and that's what's important.
Dude, we love you. Appreciate you coming on. I'm pissed that we weren't all wearing suits for this. That would have been so much better if we were like, I don't know why everyone's acting like everything's going to be changing. Sorry, Liam keeps talking about he got laid off. Shut up, Liam. Anyway, dude, this has been a lot of fun. We'll have you back on to talk about more Oilers madness or whatever at some point. But honestly, I hope people find this fascinating because, like, I didn't know all of this behind the scenes, and I appreciate you sharing it.
Oh, I'm happy to share, and that's kind of my job for all of us is to make sure that we get the story out there, and you also throw out those signals of accountability for us in terms of like who we are. Oh God, I think I cut out again there, so sorry about that. But
yeah,
just,
accountability. Drop.
Yeah,
call.
exactly. Yeah, we're not actually going to do accountability. Yeah. We'll maybe talk about it a little bit, but not that much. All right, you're the best, buddy.
Okay. All right, thanks, guys.
Jay Dowton, working in the shadows, I would say, off of that. If there's a lesson to be taken, it's that he's doing stuff behind everyone's back. He's
a real Mark Walter might have.
Jay rocks. I don't know why. I just do have a little soft spot for people getting mad about something online that doesn't matter. If it matters, then it can upset me, and then maybe I get a little too carried away with it myself. But
slight inconvenience, and maybe
like they changed the name thing. I'm like, yeah, well, that makes sense, and I just kind of move on with my day. It's like, but some of the folks in Edmonton are mad. I'm like, well, this I got to see.
I mean, I can name the person most affected and inconvenienced by this change.
Kennedy or anybody who was?
Yeah,
anyone who's running any of the socials?
I was going to say Jay.
Yeah.
Who probably has to do a lot of work to move things around, but it doesn't really affect anybody else's life. I do think that it's a smart move, and I love Jay. So shout out to Jay. Thanks for coming on.
Jay rocks. Always been a champion of us even before we were with him. So
seriously, I just can't stop thinking about donaires now.
Dude.
Yeah,
as I said it during the interview. I think about them on occasion and have ever since we were in Edmonton.
There was a strong donaire scene. I forget where it would have been. Somewhere in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I went to
believe
that's where they
different
originated.
places. But is that where they originated?
Yeah,
so maybe it was everywhere.
Well, I think I want to say it is specifically. I remember looking it up when we first went to Edmonton. It is specifically a started in Nova Scotia and then moved to Edmonton specifically kind of thing. So it is. I'll have to number crunch. I might be making all this up.
No, it's originated in Nova Scotia, in Bedford, Nova Scotia.
Damn. Yeah. Shout out Bedford, Nova Scotia. Shout out Halifax, Nova Scotia. Shout out Brad Marchand. Yeah, donaires. I'm not on the sauce anymore, but that I would love to be drunk and have a donaire. That seems like the number one, and I know that that's where a lot of donaires are sold or around that time. But
late in the night,
a drunk donaire must go so crazier than any slice of pizza ever could.
A donaire fresh off of a Battle of Alberta win when you're 3 beers deep. Or probably more than 3 beers. Probably goes insane. Probably way more than 3. 3 in the third period.
Can I reveal your amendment to the off the sauce?
Oh yeah.
DJ's got a cool new move that I really respect.
Inspired by you, so you're safe in calling it cool.
No, but I just think that it's cool. He now only drinks at movie theaters. That is. I mean, that is kind of an unintentional spin off of the bit that I wanted to do back in the day, which was saying that my favorite bar is McGuffin's.
Oh yeah.
Just saying that your favorite bar and the only bar that I my local jaunt is McGuffin's.
Yeah, we met at McGuffin's.
Just the AMC bar.
Meet me at McGuffin's. I used to say.
Sure. I want to have McGuffin's be the presenting sponsor of What Chaos.
What Chaos live from McGuffin's.
Yes.
First live
McGuffin's
show.
is the name of the bar at AMC, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like about that is the people who wouldn't know that and be like, oh, this is McGuffin's near me. Like we should check it out. And then walking and being like,
having to buy
taking me to a fucking
ticket.
AMC. What is going on here?
I mean, Liam goes to the movies to buy popcorn and leaves.
Oh, that's a common move, I feel like. Especially after COVID. Like when COVID popped off, at least when I was living in Arizona, the Harkins out there made a big deal about like you can pull up and we were selling popcorn on the sidewalk basically because you can't come in.
We could do Pro Shop Wars MacGuffins. See how
Just
much
a
we
night-
can
just-
spend at MacGuffins.
Just a night out to
$18
eat
for
dinner.
one drink. No, we were seeing the invite at Alamo Draft House, and you got an old fashioned. And the thing that I miss most about not drinking is every now and then getting an old fashioned. Who doesn't fucking love an old fashioned? It's whiskey and sugar. Oh, dude,
Oh man.
it's the
Not a
best.
whiskey guy.
I went to a movie with friend of the podcast, Rich, and what did we say? Oh, Tony. Rich got an old fashioned, and I was like, damn, if I'm not going to tail you right now. So last 2 times I've been to the Alamo Draft House, which I increasingly go. It's not my favorite place, but I increasingly go there because it's guaranteed people aren't going to be mouthing off and screwing around on their phones.
I respect the way they do business.
Yes, exactly.
It's not my favorite movie theater, but I really respect the way they do business.
I saw Feidelberg post a clip the other day saying that he regularly tells people to shut the fuck up at the movies now.
Good.
He said he was at the movies and he said to somebody, "Hey, I think it's about time we just focus on the movie now, huh?"
Oh, that's
That
so
is
much,
a
that's
crazy
so
one.
much better than telling somebody to shut the fuck up.
That's meaner than that.
yes.
That's asking for more trouble than shut up.
Yeah, seriously. That's very
Hey, what do you
sassy,
say
I
we just
approve.
focus on the movie now? Damn.
I love it. That's the last time that I had like a public confrontation was telling somebody to shut the fuck up at the movies.
I also, by the way, spilled. I also got chicken fingers and fucking dumped the thing of barbecue sauce on me and my shirt. Like straight onto me, dumped it.
That's
Don't
tough.
need to explain how it happened, but it was all like right here. It looked like I'd been shot because there was just like a big fucking like pool of barbecue sauce, and I was trying to wipe it during the movie and everything. And fuck,
You
The more
gotta
I'm
see-
thinking about it,
What?
I think I'm anti like eating and drinking during the movies.
a lot of people are.
Like I don't not like from I judge other people for doing it, but like if I'm locked in on a movie, I'm not thinking about like I'm not trying to dip chicken tenders into barbecue
That's the
sauce.
thing. Like looking for
Like, I'm-
stuff and saying where is this, and that's where
Yeah.
the dumping occurred. That's not that we shouldn't be doing that.
Here's the thing.
I don't get- not judging.
My experience with chicken tenders at the movies is you get chicken tenders that you eat through the previews or
yes.
like the first
That's
4
how
seconds of the movie because
Agreed.
there's 4 chicken tenders and you eat them in 10 seconds.
I have a theory.
Yes.
I think that Alamo Draft House tries to get you your stuff for right as the movie is starting, and to that I say appreciate the thought. I want it now, Daddy.
like for the
Like they
for
get
the
it.
previews.
Like you sit down and you're doing it when they're showing because at Alamo Draft House they'll do some previews, but they'll also do some relevant stuff. They showed before Tony. They showed the Tim and Eric. All the food is poison. You know that?
No.
It's the best clip in the world. It's like following is a emergency PSA about like food, and it's just kids singing a song about how all food is poison, and it's amazing. Anyway, during that, I'm ordering it, and I should be getting it in 5-10 minutes, and instead it's like 25 minutes later. They wait till the movie's starting, and that's when they start bringing everything out. I want to house this before the movies because, yeah, Sean, to your point, you want to limit the futzing.
I mean, in that case, I can understand. You got like an entire movie theater of people ordering at the exact same time. It probably takes them a little bit to get that food out.
but I'll say, I mean, the chicken fingers and the sauces at Alamo Draft House go crazy. They're actually really, really good, as opposed to AMC.
AMC's chicken tenders are really good.
AMC's are like bad
frozen.
and charming.
Yes.
They're frozen that has been cooked within an inch of its life.
Yes.
The
exactly.
chicken dies again. It is the crunchiest, noisiest fucking thing in the world, but it's all good.
I'm torn on the drinking part of the movies because I like most of the time, like if I'm doing MacGuffins, I'm getting a beer, but I don't want to drink one beer at the movies, especially when it costs like $17 and makes me want to piss 25 minutes into the movie. So like I do love the old fashioned at Alamo Draft House though, because like You just sip on that. It can last you a good amount of time, and you feel very classy drinking an old fashioned.
That's what's great about an old fashioned. You let the ice do its thing. You just put that ice in it, and you say, "Twitter, do your thing." It melts.
It's in the chat here saying you order chicken fingers at the movie theater question mark. I feel like it was you, Pete, that put me on. Like AMC chicken tenders are pretty legit.
Yeah,
they're pretty legit.
They are solid chicken tenders.
Yeah.
We got when we went to see The End of Oak Street, we got chicken tenders and popcorn chicken. I'll tell you what, the popcorn chicken at AMC does not hold a fucking candle to chicken tenders.
Popcorn chicken is real easy to fuck up because if the breading to chicken ratio is fucked up there, then it's not worth my time.
Sean, I just sent you all the food is poison because I want Pete to react to all the food is poison. So at your convenience, whenever you can pop that up, it's courtesy of Adult Swim.
Devin K. Anderson says, "Is nobody sneaking food or drinks into the theater anymore?"
I'm a strong proponent. We've had this conversation. Strong proponent of it. Not giving those motherfuckers any more money than I need
first
to.
2 weeks, first couple of weeks, whatever it is. The theater isn't making money off that movie.
I don't care.
So I know that you don't care, and
$1 billion organization.
Here's the thing.
I would
local
stand
theaters,
up next to
if it's
you
a
to
local
defend
theater
her here today, but
if it's a local theater, they can take all my money. I'm not bringing like I saw a movie. The last time I went to a local theater was probably Somerville Theater when I went to I saw Princess Mononoke there. You can take all my money. I'm not stealing anything from you. I'm absolutely stopping at the CVS by AMC and getting my candy and maybe a soda to slip into my pocket on the way in.
I think movie theaters are kind of back now, so like I wouldn't feel as bad as sneaking candy in there.
shout out Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, shout out movies. I think movies are back, and
Movies
movie
are back, for
theaters
sure.
are back.
It's
Shout out,
movie
I feel like
time.
Barbenheimer really did a lot.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? And please don't take this the wrong way, anybody, but it is so funny that for like after Barbenheimer came out, there was like a week where people were like, okay, so which one was better?
It is true.
I was talking to somebody about. I was talking to a woman, which is important to the story the other day. About
Congratulations.
I saw
Sick
Josh Samanski over here.
Yeah, and, I don't
famously
think he is
no.
talking to women. Yeah,
exactly.
He's looking for one to talk to. But I was talking about Oppenheimer, and they were like, "Oh, you saw Oppenheimer, I saw Barbie," and I was like, "You fucking kidding? I saw Barbie by myself.
Yeah.
Like I went to a movie theater by myself to watch Barbie. I didn't." I've got layers. There's no reason that those are two different things.
I saw Barbie before I saw Oppenheimer. I
did
went
as
to
well.
an early screening of Barbie, and I came out of that shit and I was like, "Now that's fucking cool. We are off to a good start for this Barbenheimer thing."
But did you see him on the same day?
No, you did it the same day.
Yeah, so like this is stolen valor. You don't get to claim you did Barbenheimer unless you did them back to back in the same day.
I did not do Barbenheimer, but I saw both of them.
But
within a
I
short
wasn't going to
period of
pass
time.
up seeing Barbie as soon as I could. So, shut up me. We also made
You're so brave.
We also made a clip of ourselves as two guys who saw Barbie and are just afraid of talking about it. And that was a good time. Hopefully it aged wonderfully. Do you have all the food is poison, Sean?
I do.
I'm so excited. I just grabbed it off Twitter, so I hope that I didn't actually grab a video that has like additional bad stuff in it, but we'll find out. Turn it up. Can you?
Can't.
Damn.
The carrot, the peas, the celery sticks, the meat and the fish will make you sick. The apples, tomatoes, wheat, and the corn, all the food is poison. Don't eat the food. It's
So they showed this before Tony?
Yeah.
I gotta say, this hasn't aged
the onions,
super
pickles,
well.
and the melons too. Even the pasta and the turkey are contaminated food. Don't eat the food.
I guess it has aged really well.
It's very timely.
Chicken. Barley. White rice, baked beans, duck orange. Sunflower seeds. Ezekiel, hummus, oranges. Hot avocado. Your dad's barbecue brisket. Horse meat. Snipe. Little babies. Poison. Fingernail. Cigarette burn. Poison. Scabs. Poison. Napple. Poison. Try to figure out something else to eat. I'm out of here.
What the fuck?
Don't eat the food. It's poison food.
Okay, so I'll say it. I didn't find that even close to being funny.
Oh, dude, you suck.
That wasn't interesting
you
at all.
suck. Oh, Sean sucks, folks.
I mean, my favorite part of that was just the increasingly horrified look of the children.
Yeah. I think that if it were,
Babies.
you didn't get it played very quietly, so you didn't get the
You didn't get it,
full
Sean.
experience. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love throwing on a you didn't get it if you show somebody something cool and they don't enjoy it. It's like you didn't fucking get it. Don't eat the food. It's poison food. Shout out
Again,
Alamo
they
Draft
showed
House.
that before, like a legitimate movie.
Yeah. So so Alamo Draft House is it came from Austin, so it's weird and quirky. And before you see a movie, they'll just show clips that might have sort of something to do with the plot.
I like that.
Like when I saw the first movie I saw at Alamo Draft House famously was Jurassic World or whatever it was. I think it was the first of the Chris Pratt ones. And before the movie, they just showed old like movie clips, and two guys were in front of the projector with those dinosaur stick claw things. And they would just show like a clip of, I don't know, like Mrs. Doubtfire or something. And like creeping into the frame was just like a dinosaur head. And they were like, rah, rah, rah.
See,
I don't know
is
what the
good.
fuck this place is, but it rules.
I mean, before we saw the invite, they played the Nice for What music video because Olivia Wilde's in it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Like that move in
Yeah.
general, I love. I feel like if I had seen that, especially if that was my first time in an Alamo Draft House, I would have, and perhaps that's what happened here. I was more distracted by like, literally what the fuck is going on here. Like I would not even, can't, like not even in the, I don't understand it. Like and that coming before a movie would throw me off so much.
It's really like, it's a ball knower's flex.
Yeah.
The previews at Alamo Draft House. It's just everything tangentially related to the movie. And
I mean, that's an awesome
It's cool.
move.
Yeah.
That's a sick move. You know, don't have to worry about surprise horror trailers if they're keeping it on topic.
Oh, no, because we did see the Odyssey at Alamo Draft House, and they did indeed show the Other Mommy trailer,
Yeah.
which Other Mommy really had a moment, and now it's laying low. Shout out Young Gritty saying that the Rower Hour is back. Of course it is, and back is playoff action in the PLL because the PLL has concluded its regular season, and Sean, Adam Poitras, right? Is that Matt Poitras' brother's name? Mm-hmm. Tried the Michigan of lacrosse moves. What is the Michigan of lacrosse moves?
It's called the Air Gate, and it's very funny because saying it's the Michigan of the lacrosse moves when the Michigan's other name is a lacrosse style goal. But it's an Air Gate. Shout out the Gate brothers, specifically Gary Gate, Syracuse lacrosse legends, and Gary Gate, current head coach of the Syracuse men's lacrosse team, one of the greatest, if not the greatest lacrosse programs in the history of college lacrosse. Essentially, it's just, as you know, in lacrosse, they have the crease, the big circle around the net. Mm-hmm. Can't step in that
It's
thing.
called the cross in
yes.
But
Basically, all it is you jump from behind the net and try and like reach over the net and like dunk it in.
Reach around.
yeah.
Very, very Michigan-esque. But yes, Adam Poitras tried one this past week. Didn't work out, but it's still pretty sick.
That seems very challenging from an angle.
Way harder than the Michigan.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you gotta have long arms.
Yeah, you have
do
to.
that.
You got to get up and got to get really around, which is I think why he didn't score because he didn't get enough. He didn't get over the net enough, and it kind of just went straight down.
Hey! Adam Poitras doesn't come and tell you how to do your job.
I feel like there's a strong
No, it does not.
potential of breaking your forearm trying to pull this thing off and like smashing it on the crossbar,
Yeah,
Yeah,
trying to angle that stick
you
down.
might end up with a 2-arm after that.
Very similar to the Michigan though, in which gotta hate your life if you're a goalie and get scored on by one of those.
Yep.
You just kind of feel and look like an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if you get scored on by Michigan, you're like, that guy's a fucking dick.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Even though I love Michigan's, it's the coolest shit ever. But yeah, you're an asshole for doing it.
Now, successfully done in the WLL was...
Which I didn't know existed. Hand up. I did not know the WLL was a thing. It's in its first year, I believe. So it's relatively new.
I mean, I did know the WLL was thing, but yes, they had the championship this past weekend, and somebody got made to touch Earth and look like an absolute fool, and I love that shit.
Oh, yeah. WLL commenced play in 2025.
Oh,
And one there just
I
throws her
hate
hands
that.
up.
Oh, I love that.
And gone.
Best part of sports is breaking somebody's ankles.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
then nutmegging them into the net. Hell yeah. I don't think that's a nutmeg, but it's close enough.
I wanted to do a series where we ask NHL defensemen, it's just like hockey trivia. We'll like show like a sick play that's about to happen, and we'll be like, who got walked? Or like, who got their ankles broken? And the answer is always going to be the player that we're talking to. And then like we'll unblur it and it's them. But I think that like such a fun game would be watching sick stuff and being like, who is the victim of this? Because sometimes it's randos, but sometimes like wasn't the Byfield insane goal a couple of years ago against Zach Werenski?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
like
does sound right.
David has like murdered a lot of like
I mean, did it to Jack Eichel.
yeah,
Yes.
like,
One of the
and it's really cool when it's an unbelievable player, but it's also cool when it's shit. Who did somebody this past year? I think it was against the Blue Jackets. Maybe McDavid made a guy like actually disintegrate, and it was a young defenseman that we liked. I forget who it was, but that shit's fun when it's an accomplished player, and that shit's also fun when it's like a. Sir, I'm just trying to, oh my God.
I mean, the best goal of the year last year was by far William Eklund's goal.
Yes.
And I
That
want to
was
say...
that McAvoy?
Was that McAvoy? It could have been. No, it looks like maybe it was Andrew Peak or something. Yeah, it was Andrew Peak.
Speaking of, Stacey Faye in the chat notes, a happy birthday to Quinton Byfield,
Excellent.
who today is, I believe, would this make him 24 years young? Shout out Josh Samanski.
Okay, update. Women's Lacrosse League this is its second season. Commenced play in 2025. We got 4 teams: the Boston Guard, A-, California Palms, A-,
Their jerseys are sick though.
Maryland Charm. I'd say that's an A, and then New York Charging. That is like an F.
The charging?
New York Charging. Like
Not
my favorite name.
the jerseys are doing a lot of carrying because I did like the jerseys in that clip. But I also forgot to mention, you said that the PLL, the men's side playoff is set. All 3 of our teams are in it, and we're getting another Pete versus Sean round 1.
I love that.
Boston Cannon versus Maryland Whipsnakes. Shout out my boy Joey Spallina. Also, they've officially announced the 4 nations for the lacrosse version of the 4 Nations face-off: USA, Canada, Australia. And for the first time, I think maybe ever, I will not be rooting for the U.S. in an international sporting situation, because the Haudenosaunee national team, the natives, have their own team in this tournament, and I think it's fucking sick. It's their sport, and I'm rooting for them to win.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I do like
it's
that.
fucking awesome. It's one of my favorite things about lacrosse is its connection to indigenous culture and the fact that they kind of pay it back. And they the Haudenosaunee national team gets represented in an international setting. I think it's truly the coolest shit ever. So I'm rooting for them.
Okay, I have figured out, by the way, who the defenseman was. I'm showing it to Pete right now. A strong RIP to Denton Matejchuk here, who...
yeah.
Yeah. We'll do some stuff with players getting walked. Shout out that player who got walked in WLL. Is it better or worse when it's not on skates?
I think that it's It's,
think it's
worse
worse when
because
you're-
you get
I think-
put
yeah.
on skates.
Yes, exactly. Like it looks exactly the same.
Hockey players just skipped a step.
If you're a hockey player, you're like, oh, it's because I was on skates. I was slipping around and shit.
I was
if
literally
it's
on ice.
indistinguishable when you're not wearing skates, that player got it worse. Denton Matejchuk's watching this and is like, Jesus.
And like famously, it is easier to stay on your feet when you're on your feet versus when you are standing on shoes with knives on the bottom of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, obviously, like basketball kind of has a market on forcing guys to touch earth kind of cornered, and they have like the grippiest, like the most stable situation on their feet. So I feel like it is definitely the more stable ground you are on, the worse it is.
Sean, I got to shout out your apparel today because you are wearing the Chaos Chain shirt. A great item. So good from our friends at Dishin. They are just the greatest. Pete,
I like your shirt, but I think you're getting shirt mog today. Like this is a sick shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Nike Zoom.
Yeah.
Because at one point you said, obviously in reference to something else earlier, you said, I wish I wasn't wearing this fucking shirt. And I was like, funny because you're wearing the coolest shirt ever.
Wrong guy to be saying that. Everybody wishes they were wearing that fucking shirt. Shout out Sergei Fedorov. That's the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I have a good sports interaction for you today, Sean. I think you know where it's going, but this segment is brought to you by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Sports Interaction, Ontario or Alberta only. Must be 19 plus in Ontario, 18 plus in Alberta. Please play responsibly. Looking at NFL futures, baby. The Buffalo Bills currently, Sean, have the second best odds to win the Stanley Lombardi Trophy at
Stanley Walter
to
Cup.
make the banner behind you. Check out banner, Michael. Become true. Okay,
They'll win
they
the Stanley
have
Cup this
second
year.
best odds. They are plus 1,000, so it pays 10-1 to win the Super Bowl. Only team with better odds than them, the Rams. And I'll
Yeah.
say right now,
Who they should be.
yes, they should be, but Rams aren't winning the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Because
they have the most terrifying defensive line I've
Yeah.
seen in my entire life.
Something's
Like,
gonna happen. I'm just saying, right? I'm calling my shot. A team
Well,
is not
I mean-
going to win.
I mean, yeah, obviously the odds are always with the field if you're talking about one team.
Right.
But that team is terrible. I mean, they got Aaron Donald back, Myles Garrett, like, and the reigning MVP at quarterback. Like that team, a member of Madden's 99 club, Matthew Stafford, and I think also Myles Garrett. So that team is fucking stacked. But I was a little surprised to see the Bills that high, but I guess it makes sense. I don't know who in the
Tomato
AFC
can division,
I would put
baby.
over them. So what's that?
Tomato can division.
No respect to Drake May and the Pats. Clearly,
Someone kept. No one cares about this. Somebody, Sean, in my fantasy league, $200 budget. Somebody kept AJ Brown for $47.
I mean, I don't have a great concept of how the money works in a budget league.
They're
but
devoting a quarter of their budget to having AJ Brown on their team.
I mean,
could be really good this year.
It could be really good. Just I think depends on how much of a pre-existing relationship he has with Booty, right? Like I don't know how much he's gonna if you know the problem with AJ Brown was that he I think wasn't getting enough touches. So if they're forcing him the ball, could be really good, could be really poorly.
The Los Angeles Chargers, for those who are asking, are plus 1,700 to win the Super Bowl. Everybody is getting hurt at the same time for those guys. Do you know who Pete? I can't remember if I said this in our group chat or in another one. Do you know who the right guard for the LA Chargers is? You might not have known that ever.
No, I don't even know
Or
who the
a right guard on any team. Cole Strange is on the Chargers and is a starter for them.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't bode well, I don't think. But what the hell do I know? Let's see where your Patriots are, Peta. Patriots are. Oof, whoa. Patriots are well down. Patriots
As
have
they should be, dude.
worse Super Bowl odds than the Chargers do.
What?
Wow,
That's crazy.
That's outrageous. Especially
Chargers
considering the
are
division the
plus
Chargers play in.
1,700. Patriots are plus 2,000.
Wow.
All the
Okay.
food is
Man.
poison, baby.
The Chargers are going to finish third in their division, I think.
I
Like,
don't
the
feel good about the
Broncos-
Chargers this year.
It's not even about the Chargers. It's that the Broncos might be like the Broncos could win the Super Bowl this year. They might be one of the best teams in the league. And then I am never giving up on the Chiefs as long as Patrick Mahomes is playing. So
Chargers
Who knows,
offensive
I
line
guess.
is already banged up. Their center is out indefinitely. They were horrible at center last year. And here's the thing that I don't know if people are aware of. I think that Omarion Hampton and Travion Henderson, for that matter, as running backs taken early in the 2025 draft go, I think that Omarion Hampton is like a bad football player. I think that he's
they've got fucking 3 running backs, so I think they'll be fine.
Don't have Najee Harris anymore.
Yeah, but they have Mike McDaniel, and I think he's kind of a dog. Like I think
love
he's,
Mike McDaniel.
I think he's like Josh McDaniels in the sense that he is. That man's built to be an offensive coordinator. I don't know if I want him as my head coach, but you give him a real quarterback for the first time in his career, and just offense to focus on. I think that offense could be pretty good. I mean, shout out my boy from your tight end from Syracuse. Why am I blanking on his name?
Gadsden?
Yeah, Aronde Gadsden.
I think they signed David Njoku and what's the guy's name? Like Kohler or something? They might like them both more than Gadsden, which I hate because I like him a
fucking
lot.
rocked last year.
Yeah, he was great.
I don't know. We'll see.
Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/chaos to open an account. Ontario or Alberta only, must be 19 plus in Ontario or 18 plus in Alberta. Please play responsibly. I saw a super chat that said that they've got the Eklund goal saved on their computer and they're not ready to move on. I saw a clip of the Matthias Samuelsson goal that gave the Sabres the 3-2 lead when they scored 3 goals in 2 seconds to come back from the Bruins 2-0 in game 1. And that is officially, Sean, that was yesterday how I learned that is like game 4 of the 2025 Stanley Cup final to me, where I'm going to rewatch that game like once a year. It was one of the most amazing games ever.
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. I think last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that, I said something about how I kind of forget that the Sabres were like a shot away from the Eastern Conference. Like they lost in overtime of Game 7. I also forget.
They didn't get to the conference.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't think it would have mattered ultimately. I don't think they're beating the Canes regardless, but whatever. Like I forget that was like, I think objectively, like one of the coolest games ever.
Yes.
That game was fucking truly unbelievable. And I was there screaming in Pete's face. It was the fucking, oh God, that was the fucking best, dude. That was so fucking fun.
He was screaming in your face?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God.
I mean, I was screaming in every direction, to be fair.
Yeah, he's screaming
and
in,
Pete was
in
right
my
next
direction,
to me.
in the direction of my face, yes.
I mean,
I
I
was screaming up
famously
to the
am not
ceiling at
good
one
with
point
the
at the
camera,
ground.
but your like, thing is like the biggest, like, thank fucking God
Yeah.
I wasn't pointing at the ice or something when that happened, because that was like the purest form of Sean that has ever existed.
Yeah, I was outside of myself in that point. It was fucking awesome.
Okay, shall we do some super chats?
Hey,
Yeah,
tell your
I think
buddy,
Also,
fuck you.
I'm so close to just buying a Hollywood Smothers jersey. Like, how good is that? I want it so bad.
Dude, I might get a Dayon Henley jersey, but I don't know which jersey. I have to research, because the football jerseys, the Nike football jerseys, some of them are no good.
Yeah,
I think a lot of them are no good.
They're like all screen printed and really
Yeah,
shitty.
I have a Dicker Navy one, and I have a Keenan Allen Piss jersey. Both of them have the screen print thing going on.
I think that's like all they do.
What
basically.
Can you not get a stitch one?
I don't know.
What do I got to do?
But Sean, should I get a Hollywood Smothers jersey or should I get an Arch Manning jersey? I feel like Arch Manning is kind of like it's kind of a lame move.
But it's planting your flag.
Right. It's buying stocks pretty low.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's saying that you believe.
I don't think you get to wear an Arch Manning jersey and be like, I bought in early. Like Arch Manning was the future of Texas football when he was a senior in high school.
Buying in now is cool.
Yeah,
Buying
but no
in
one's
a
going to
couple of
see
years
that when
ago,
you
of
have a
course.
jersey. No, like you're just going to be another person with an Arch Manning jersey, which
He's
like
gonna
half
do
of
the
Austin,
thing
Texas
like
has.
on Reddit when people are selling jerseys, they like write on a piece of paper the time and the day and everything to show that it's a real thing. He's gonna like write the day that he's gonna put the receipt on the jersey to show that he got it in 2026. All good, baby.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do Hollywood Smothers, though. That's such a sick
Yeah, I mean,
name,
that's,
and he's such a fun player.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's probably the move. Although, I mean, if you're just getting like do you want a current player? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, I mean, the only other like real Texas jersey I have is Bijan.
I was gonna say, okay, I forgot that you had a Bijan because Bijan would probably be I mean, if I was getting any Texas jersey, I'd probably get a Brian Arakpo jersey because that era of Texas, like Colt McCoy, Arakpo, what's the white receiver's name that I'm blanking on? He was a fucking dog. Oh shit, I'm just gonna kill me now. But that was my Texas. That was like peak Texas for me.
I mean, my ideal jersey is a Ricky Williams jersey.
Oh well, of course. Of course.
Ricky Williams rules.
Oh, yo, so I Googled Texas wide receiver and Google's woke ass changed to Texas wide receiver. It's giving me Ryan Wingo.
Ryan Wingo was very, very good last year.
Can't Google white
but
anymore.
Not white.
Was it like
not
Jordan
white.
Shipley or something?
Yes.
Ooh,
yes.
yes,
Oh,
Jordan
okay.
Shipley.
Yes. That Texas team was my fucking.
No thanks
That
to
was
you,
peak
Google.
Texas for me.
Do I get a Cam Coleman jersey if we're talking wide receivers? Cam Coleman is gonna be a dog.
Man, there was the time between like Colt McCoy and Arch Manning, like the quarterbacks, because wasn't like Skylar Diggins Smith like nephew or something a quarterback at one point or something like some WNBA player's brother
Nepo
or
baby.
nephew was like there was just Hudson Card.
Ryan Gringo. The best. That's so good. Oh, that's amazing.
It says woke, not my Texas.
If
No, man,
anybody,
Texas saved the election.
just a heads up, if anybody in the chat does not have a college football affiliation, you are officially a Texas Longhorns fan. So
Or
congratulations.
Syracuse University football fan, or Arizona State football fan. But no, this is definitely
We like Texas because it's where Alamo Drafthouse originated.
Correct, yeah.
Oh, the food is poison. All right, hit me with some super chats, buddy. Non-yayo, although has this been changed? The
Nope.
pronunciation?
It has.
All right.
Well, it's the wrong pronunciation, but I think last week you decided that you didn't care.
Oh, okay. That sounds like us. Where's Burned Oils? I don't know where Burned Oils is and if they're happy or not happy with us right now. You never know. They're always enthusiastic.
That's my guy Cam GG with a thumbs up bird or thumbs up
nice,
pear.
Thumbs up pear. A nice update from Ecamm here because in prior iterations it would just type out a description of the moving sticker and not show it to you. So moving in the right direction, Ecamm.
Appreciate Cam.
Sabrina Sandy, is that how we say that? I haven't sat in this chair in like 4 weeks. Hey, it's my birthday today. What do you know? Hey, happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Shout out you and shame on Quentin Byfield.
Yeah, trying to steal your thunder.
Trying to steal birthdays. Brooke says, I know it's a good day because it's my birthday and there's a What Chaos Summer app. What the hell? Also, shout out Sean from a fellow Syracuse grad. Hashtag Goo Range.
No,
They said
go
Goo
orange.
Range. No, they said
Where
Goo
the Val of
Range.
Onondaga
We're
meets
going to the
the
Goo
sky.
Range. It's where you go and you slime everybody.
Proudly stands my alma mater, Honor Hill Top High.
What's happening with August 19th?
There's a birthday
Orange.
conspiracy going on here.
Float for I.
Luxury Trash says it's my birthday. What the fuck? No, says thoughts on the Isles final third jersey choices. Boo! I'm
Rigged.
at least glad that the Navy Brooklyn one made the final two, but also
No, it didn't.
Yeah, no, it did.
No, it didn't.
I thought
It was the San Francisco Giants one and the Lighthouse one were the finalists.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I think
right.
it was the one that we
You're
decided
You're right.
was the worst one, right? Because
Yeah.
we kind of all unanimously like the center stripe one didn't work.
Yeah,
Here
the
we
San
are.
Francisco Giants one being a finalist is bullshit.
A shame. By the way, happy birthday also to John Stamos, who, if you do not know, is
Of the
from
Beach Boys.
Of the Beach Boys, yes. Heads might know him from that, but I think the average person knows him from the NBC microdrama Who Billionaire? Me Billionaire, co-starring Delaney Rowe and Jimmy Fallon. If you don't know what we're talking about, that's on our Patreon episode. We broke down a little of the NBC microdrama or Peacock microdramas Also, we made sure to shout out 30 Days Till I Marry My Husband's Nemesis. That's my favorite show.
I don't like John Stamos.
Why?
He has a sinister vibe.
What the hell?
Well, famously, he's the only one of that couple in Full House who didn't end up in prison.
Yeah.
He is a sinister vibe.
I mean, he's a huge lovehead.
Yes.
He's
That's part of the reason that I
big
feel like he has
Mike
a sinister
Love
vibe.
boy. So he's a bitch for that one.
I don't like him.
All
I
right.
don't like him.
All
Also,
right.
don't like Mario Lopez.
Okay. Why not?
I mean, first of all, Mario Lopez, one of the all-time weirdest tweets that has ever been sent in the history of Twitter.
Yeah, he did like a sex tweet about his cousin
niece.
or something. Yeah.
His niece. Did you, Sean? Did you see that?
Nope. But we're on real Donald Trump or Oldest Chapman vibes now.
He took a photo with his niece at a Dodgers game and then had Grok animate it to basically have her like double barrel hot dogs and like squeeze the like condiments all over her face in a sexual manner, which will circle back to remind you that is his niece. So one of the weirdest and most problematic tweets in the history
You
of
see
the
how
website.
that looks, right, Sean?
Don't you have the sounder?
No, I actually don't. That's on my board. I haven't put it on here.
So
That's a personal one.
I don't like that.
selling
I'll say-
all my Mario Lopez stocks that I
Yeah.
never owned in the first place.
I was gonna say that's not a man I think about very often, but the only thing I ever thought about him was like, that's a good looking guy who's hosts things all the time. And
Willy
also a weirdo,
Wonka,
apparently.
Willy Wonka says, just wanted to thank you, derogatory. I just finished working an arena tour as a chef, and I was usually the first person in the building, and I try aught about you guys. I thought about you guys in that damn Jelly Roll song every time. Thank you. Love the show. Let's see. There you go.
Thank you, Pat McAfee.
I'm joking.
Thank you, Pat McAfee. Luxury Trash says, Sean, can we get a Grizz and Baby update? Still
Which one's
alive?
that?
Yeah. Which one is this?
Yeah.
Baby's good. Grizz is also good, but he's off napping somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. Can't pick him up right now.
J. Walter High Pants says, listening to Pat McAfee while staring at the ceiling. Very nice.
Sunglasses emoji.
And Mahaven, question team, I'm going to a PWHL San Jose game and Sharks game the same week. I haven't been to the tank since 97. I moved out of the Bay. Anyways, when are they announcing the team names and logos?
Next year,
I mean,
probably.
PWHL you will not be getting for this year.
Right.
So that's going to be, you're going to be at PWHL San Jose. So, I mean, well, depending on how long you stay at the game.
I hope the PWHL keeps that as a tradition, no matter
Same.
how
I
many
think it's
teams they
awesome.
have.
Yeah.
Just having year one be PWHL blank city and then having the team name and logo.
Yeah, because I ran into friends at a Fleet game this year, and they had the fucking shit on, and I'm like, yeah, you deserve
I mean,
this.
ball knows.
You're
The
so much cooler than me
second-
right now.
The second they go on sale, I am buying a PWHL Hamilton Jada Ginla jersey. Like without a doubt.
Well,
I
Pete
just
was
need them to go on
saying
sale.
the second they go on sale, he's getting a PWHL Seattle jersey.
I did say that?
Huh?
No. Everyone's mad at Ivy Murphy went to the White House.
Also,
No, I'm buying
Seattle
a
has a name already.
PWHL Detroit jersey because
Yes,
world's
the
number
Kid
one
Rock team?
Bilka fan.
World's number one Kid Rock fan. Yes.
That's right.
People forget Kid Rock saved the election.
God damn it. Matt
Kid Rock's
Friend or
gonna
foe?
be Kid Rock is performing in Hamburg, like at my local, like literally 30 seconds down the street from me, kind of like on 9/11, and I don't know what to do with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be near Kid Rock on 9/11.
You
I
don't
don't
have
like
to be. You can go far away.
I gotta
So
leave my
far
house.
today, says Matt Friend or foe, Pete has shared golf stories, explained intricate financial crimes, and accused a black man of smoking, never beating those Republican allegations.
And this was
Yeah.
before the Kid Rock love too.
Yes.
I mean, explaining intricate financial crimes, I think it would be more befitting for me to commit them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Load bearing wokeness says the Chanty Beluga Cup. I don't know what that's about.
I don't either, but I'm so pissed
I mean, it's
because I know that's
it's
funny.
got to be a suggestion for a Walter Cup name replacement,
Yeah.
but I don't know what they're referencing.
Scherer says, what's your take on the hometown remix uniforms coming from Fanatics this season? It may be the NHL's version of the MLB City Connect uniforms.
So we have talked a lot about the hometown remix uniforms on this show, and
I might say like we invented them.
possibly we predicted them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we predicted them. It's another thing that we predicted that's coming true, and we've seen some of them, and we've posted some drawings of what they look like, so we know a fair amount about them and have discussed on this show. They are slightly crazy, or some slightly crazier, some a lot crazier versions of jerseys, and like the Ducks one we've shown looks very sick. We've shown a bunch of them. We're gonna take a break, I think, until they're announced. I think that there's some good reason for us. We'll see where it goes, but we're gonna ease off the sharing of the stuff for now.
There may have been
see
an
where this goes.
incentive.
Yeah, like hopefully we're not suckers. It could work out for all of us, friends.
We've been
okay?
incentivized.
Okay? Possibly.
I think we're all like pro the concept, though, right? Like,
yeah.
like
I'm
we
almost-
should be getting some fun jerseys
I'm
Yeah.
very excited about them.
Yeah.
as long as they don't get overworn.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, part of the fun of the hometown remix, or a part of the fun of the reverse retro, was that like it's a limited run, and you're only getting these for a year. And some teams, if they want to decide that they run them more than that, but like a 1-year jersey initiative is fun. Yukon Luke says, "Did you know Ryan Lambert hates snacks at the movies? Psychotic." Well, there's a long list
psychotic
of things Ryan Lambert hates.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say that's not surprising, but also I kind of agree with them, like we talked about.
I mean, starting a sentence with "Did you know Ryan Lambert hates blank?" I probably didn't know it, but I do believe it most of the time.
I was talking to Ryan Lambert recently, and I was like, yo, you should be coming on in the summer. And he might come on at some point during one of these summer ups, but definitely for the beginning of the season. We haven't had RL on in a while. If you don't know Ryan Lambert, subscribe to all his stuff. He is great. He's a great hockey mind, but he's also just such a fucking cool hang. But he is
Big
like a
dinosaur
movie
guy,
guy
right?
through
Yes.
and through, a dinosaur guy.
I need to
Has
talk to him
seen-
about the end of Oak Street.
Yeah, I almost went to see that last night. I might do it tonight.
I'm seeing Tony again
Round
on
2?
Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, see the end of Oak Street. It is deeply unserious and very fun.
I gotta recommend, by the way. I think I threw it out to Pete privately. Been watching The Resort on Peacock. It's like 5 years old or something, but it's Kristen Milioti.
You said this on the
Oh, I did say it on the Patreon.
I believe
Okay,
so.
William Jackson Harper. I don't know if I shouted out the Jizzman's in it. Skylar Gizondo. So if anybody was on the fence, definitely watch it because Skylar Gizondo's in it, and we stand the Jizzman.
Have you tapped into Neighbors on HBO at all?
No, not yet.
Dude, it is the fucking craziest show. You need to watch it to just like, let's have a conversation about it. It's insane. It's ridiculous. I finally finished it last night, watched the 6th episode. The 6th episode is the craziest thing I think I've ever seen on TV.
Damn.
I've been watching Adults recently.
I've heard that's good.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty
Okay.
funny. They had to do some weird shit where they like had to film a new pilot and put it before the original pilot because the cold open in the original pilot is so fucking crazy that it threw some people off. But I think it was a good move because I do enjoy the show.
All right. Could tap in on that.
Don't give in to the masses. Make the thing that confused everybody that they didn't get or like. Be a true artist. That's fucking Will Gluck behavior if I've ever seen it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
There was too much nudity in the original Open.
I mean,
If
it
you
is-
see the
it
original
is-
Open, you would probably be like, I can see why they didn't want to come out of the gates with this one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
pretty fucking intense. Like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it because it would just get us to weird places. But
It's funny
I
that
do
you bring
suggest
up
watching it.
nudity because episode 6 of Neighbors is just almost 100% nudity. It is outrageous.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Yeah, so I see Stan in the chat being like, episode 6 of Neighbors changed my life. And then he was like, speaking of nudity.
By the way, shout out people who agreed on the like, yeah, like maybe we don't want other people who like myself don't care about sex scenes. Don't need them. It would be fine.
I don't need them, but when the basis of your movie is sex,
Yeah.
you're doing a disservice to the movie to avoid sex scenes.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. The movie wasn't that bad.
Young Gritty. First I'm hearing of this name. Gonna start calling Michigan goals reach arounds. Please do. Yes. Emma Haven. Eklund's goal was Swayman. It's in the background on my computer. Well, yeah. I mean, I know that
we were
he
talking about
scored
the
on the
defenseman.
goal. Yeah, we were talking about the defenseman that
Who he
burned.
played for.
It would be pretty sick if we went to look it up and it was Korpisalo.
Could be true. Entertainer says Rochester Americans are doing film-themed jerseys this coming season in honor of Kodak's history in the city. Hello, Odyssey jerseys.
That'd be pretty sick. Shout out the film that came straight from Rochester, New York to wherever they were filming the Odyssey at any given point, because that's where it's made.
If somebody makes a There Will Be Blood jersey at any point, I am.
Was that an IMAX movie?
No, but it's a film.
Oh, well, I think like the IMAX film in particular is what's made in, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I knew that was a big deal for the Odyssey, was that like the IMAX film, the film. I saw it in Rochester and they were like, film was made just down the street.
Have I shared with you my my favorite fun fact? Speaking of the Brunches book of fun facts, my favorite fun fact. Do you know who's like pretty directly responsible for the fall of Blockbuster?
William H. Macy.
No, I don't think.
He had a bad run. The movies weren't good. No one did movies
It
anymore.
sounds like something I've heard before, but I couldn't tell you.
So it's my favorite fun fact, and I believe it's true. I hope.
Even more fun. It might be true.
Blockbuster had plans and designs on being Netflix before Netflix, but they put their eggs and faith in the basket of a technological company to handle the server load, and that company happened to be called Enron. So when Enron went under, Blockbuster's plans to be a streaming giant completely collapsed, and then Netflix was able to swoop in and basically steal those plans and become the Netflix that you know today.
Yep.
My
In
favorite
July
Netflix
2000, Enron and Blockbuster signed a 20-year agreement. Shout out Rick DiPietro to introduce on-demand entertainment to various U.S. city by year's end.
It's the best.
My favorite Netflix fact is that it's older than Google. I feel like that always surprises people.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix was a mail subscription service for so long.
I just feel like Google's so kind of omnipresent now that people just assume it's been around forever, and it's like, it's not even 30 years old, I don't think. Also, I forgot to mention, I bought my IMAX 70 millimeter ticket for Dune 3 yesterday.
Nice. Oh,
I also bought mine.
5 months in advance. There were no seats left.
Fuck, I should jump on that. The David
Yeah.
Carlson says, bit off topic, boys, but how are we feeling about Traders' new blood? Apologies if you discussed on Patreon. Need to catch up on last ep. Happy birthday, Sean. As
David.
a Traders purist who, like, when I think of watching Traders, it's with civilians. I wanted this always anyway. Then I saw last season of Traders US with all those fucking idiots. And I was like, okay, I like a version where everyone's a fucking idiot on this show. So I would say it's bittersweet, but
I have no interest in a civilian version of that show, to be quite honest.
dude, if you
come
don't fucking
on.
watch, I'm going to say this, Sean, because you said you were going to watch season 2 of UK Traders. If you don't watch that fucking show, big trouble.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm looking for trouble. Because I ain't watching that shit anytime soon.
You know what? You're going to find it. If you don't watch it.
I am like demanding that we are watching Traders no matter what.
Every year,
because
yeah.
it was so much fun talking about it last year.
It was.
And
I
that
just
was-
feel like I'm going to have
That was a
way less
particularly
fun
bad
with-
season in terms of like the competition.
but I
Like we
loved
knew
it.
who was winning that show very early on, and it was still fun to watch play out.
Yeah, I don't know. Game shows with civilians, I just have never been. I've just never had much interest in, I guess.
Non-Yeo Sharks fan says, any future podcast collab with the Wingmen podcast featuring Big Keith. So during the first year of this show, before he became such a polarizing figure, we were trying to and going to have Matthew Tkachuk on the show. It just never synced up.
Matthew?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know we were trying to get Keith.
No, Matthew. Of the Tkachuk family. Yeah. I was chatting to the Panthers about getting Matthew on, and we never were able to line it up. And yeah, also talked to Keith a little bit. Keith wasn't super interested in doing it. I think he was waiting for the right podcast to come along, and that would end up being his son's. As long as we could like make fun of everything since, don't get mad. I would still have Matthew Tkachuk on the podcast and make fun of him for like not just to make fun of him and be mean or whatever, but like that's a very interesting figure in the NHL right now. And like, dude, you went from like everybody being like, oh, that's the guy you want on your team to like, you made yourself so polarizing.
And I reject and disavow all platforming discourse ahead of time.
Oh yeah,
like,
that wouldn't be. Don't worry.
Stop saying
they wouldn't have the platform.
Stop saying that people more famous than us, that we're platforming people more famous than us.
Yeah.
It is quite literally not how that word works.
We would say, you sound like a dipshit, right? So anyway.
Scherer says, to answer your question on the NFL question about the jersey stitching, you can get a stitched jersey that is still Nike Vapor Fuse, $200 used and up.
Shout out Peyton Manning.
Here's the thing. I'm not buying a used jersey.
I think that's supposed to be USD, if I had to guess.
Okay.
It might be used.
If I'm buying a used jersey, it's because it's game worn by the player that wore the jersey.
Doesn't Nike Vapor Fuse sound like the surgery that Peyton Manning had on his neck?
It sounds like the Jack Eichel surgery.
Yeah. That kind of scares me off. But I don't know. Sean, who should I get for another Chargers jersey? Henley, or, as I'm an Eagles fan, or like Ladd McConkey?
I mean, my vote would be Oronde Gadsden, but...
What about Quentin Johnston? He's hurt already, by the way.
Of course. That would kind of rock just because you'd be like, why'd you do that? Why'd you get that jersey?
Piss me off. Stephanie Mills says, Ryan Gosling now confirmed to be in Star Wars and Ghost Rider. Contention with Antifa for having the best year.
Not even having the best year of a male actor.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. And I think Star Wars stocks are so low right now.
Yeah, but he does seem like he'll be a great Star Wars stocks are so low.
And like
Solo?
not to sound
nice.
anti-Antifa.
Would you shut the fuck up and
I know,
appreciate
honestly,
the awesome
you
joke
are
that I just made?
Yes, that was very good. That was very good. But Ryan Gosling was the best part of a great movie that he made, that he was in, like Project Hail Mary. What Ryan Gosling did in Project Hail Mary is likely going to be better than anything that Hathaway does in any stuff this year. We still haven't seen the singing one.
Yeah, I mean, the Hathaway big year thing is not necessarily tied to like crushing a performance.
Yeah.
It's not just volume either. It's volume plus range in terms of the projects.
Yeah.
And
shout out Michael Stuhlbarg.
And sports. Because Arsenal
and
and
like
the Knicks.
culture. Yeah. You're right.
And sex.
Yeah.
Because she's pregnant.
Pregnant. Yeah.
Yes,
She did. I did see a clip though where they were talking about can someone get these beggars out of here? And she was like, oh, I'm seeing that and I am so here for it. And I'm like, I wonder what year Anne Hathaway stopped talking to regular people. Like Jerry Seinfeld, not talking about Jerry Seinfeld's stuff or whatever, but like,
I wonder what year Jerry Seinfeld stopped talking to high schoolers.
Yeah, I don't think it ever happened. But like Jerry Seinfeld came out with a stand-up special maybe like 8 years ago or something, and he's like, a lot of cell phones, everyone on their cell phones, and they poke, and you see what they do? They touch the screen. They don't use the screen. They touch the screen. Why? Because it's a touch screen, and the audience is like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I think that he hasn't talked to anybody like real in so long.
I mean, not to bring it all things to bring up Drake for no reason, but it was a big meme recently because he always raps about like how his cars have heated seats. And everyone's like, brother, everyone's cars have heated seats. Like it was probably a big deal in 2008 when you popped off and you bought your first nice car, but you're so out of touch at this point that you don't realize that's something everybody's got.
Dude, we're pushing 3 hours now anyway, so fuck it. I recently revisited the Eminem Machine Gun Kelly beef.
Oh my
that
God,
shit
dude.
was so good.
Bullied that fucking loser straight out of the genre.
Do you remember how the Machine Gun Kelly song, which I believe was called Rap Devil, a spin on Rap God, went?
Yes.
Because he put out the first diss track, and it went, "Someone get this dude some clippers. His beard's weird." Which, starting off an Eminem diss track with "Your beard is weird," great job. Because that beard is he kind of looks weird.
It is a
with
weird beard.
So just starting off with like, "Your beard's weird," is amazing. Eminem then opens up his diss track with in the background like, "Beard's weird. Got a weird beard. He's got a weird beard. Beard. So that in and of itself didn't need any more work. Eminem was going to win that battle, but Eminem fucking kills him. He starts with like comparing him to Stan. He's like, "Hey, sorry I didn't get back to you, but here's an autograph. I wrote it on a starter cap." And then he's like, "But don't worry, son. Dad's not mad, son. But how you gonna name yourself after a damn gun and have a man bun?"
Oh my
And he's
God.
doing this like very sporadic flow, but he rhymes damn gun with man bun. And I'm like, this isn't going to be good for Machine Gun Kelly. And he fucking kills him. He doesn't deny any of the stuff because in the Machine Gun Kelly one, he's like, "Because you went in to this executive's office, told him not to sign me. Facts. You called Diddy, said, don't be friends with him. Facts," which I mean, may have been doing him a
Good
favor
looking
there.
out.
But there's a lot of like, "You tried to get in the way. You tried to squash my career. Facts." And he keeps saying all this stuff. Eminem doesn't hit any of that shit. Eminem's like, that's definitely true. You got a man bun.
That's like when we had a rap battle. I don't know, Sean, you know the history of our rap battle?
Nope, not sure I want to.
We had a rap battle with Lights Camera Podcast because we said that the movie Blockers was terrible.
Oh, I
And-
feel like you.
And
This sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah.
they made like a diss song about
I'm trying to find
Blockers being an awesome comedy, and was like, "Did you even see it?" And we did a whole response to their diss track, just being like, "Yes, we saw it." And the entirety of the rap song that we had was just about like the process of going to the movies and like buying a ticket, giving it to the ticket taker, finding our seat, sitting down, like maybe getting some snacks. So we just completely avoided all of their like claims as to why it's a good movie.
Sean, I just sent it to you. I think it's important we play it as we're doing a 24-hour deadline stream right now. Yeah, it was over the movie Blockers, which maybe I need to revisit, but I was looking forward to that movie and did not like it.
I'd probably like that movie now, I think. I feel
I
like,
don't even know what it is.
I don't know, I did not like that movie when I saw it, but
Got
I
it,
feel like
Sean?
my baseline for enjoyable movies has been lowered to just like, did that entertain me for 2 hours?
Right, yeah. So Pete, we talked about this on the Patreon a little bit. Pete's a 5 bags of popcorn guy. So I think that, yeah, if we gave it a second chance, or knowing like, yeah, it's not our favorite movie, but maybe there's some laughs in it, because we did go into it being like, will Cena and Baron Holtz do it again? As if they were both coming off of amazing stuff. I think I was I don't know what I was excited for in that, but it did not deliver. Oh, Sean, you're still waiting on that? I can try to
I'm working
airdrop
on
it
it.
to you. Oh, wait, did you get it?
I didn't get it on this computer. I have it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matt Frenderfoe in the chat taps in and says Blockers is aggressively fine. That was like,
Maybe that's why it was upsetting.
yeah, that was kind of my read on it. Was just like, it's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it kind of lame.
Yeah. What was I remember there being was there a penis joke or like a gag penis thing where somebody was doing I forget what it was, but it was not my favorite movie. More super chats that we can roll through, by the way.
I have it.
Oh, okay. You got it?
So this is just the response to the first.
And I'll remember. Oh no! This has the beginning of their diss track at us.
I'm gonna hate this so much.
Yeah, I feel like I'm terrified.
I mean, I'm terrified because I remember being like very uncomfortable recording my parts because I know that I can't sing and I definitely can't rap. So, oh boy, this is gonna be so bad.
Brunch boys talk shit, they lost it, they said Blocker sucks, I mean, did they even see it? Did they even see it? Did they even see it?
Did they even see it?
Yeah, we saw a motherfucker kind of question is that. Why you LCP hacks always questioning facts?
Come on, fellas, you gotta know we don't do lies. I seen the movie, I seen it with my own two eyes. First I got in my car, then I drove to the theater, took my movie pass card, and got a ticket for Peter.
That sounds legit, but what if they still don't believe you?
Before the show, the movie, they showed me some previews.
Call the young man Sting, cause I was watching that thing in the theater just praying that my phone don't ring. Hit the weekend matinee, too crowded at night. They took my ticket and they told me theater 8 on the right. What's up,
The theater was cold, but not as cold as my bites. Got that cookie dough frozen just the way that I like.
For me, it was sun-made raisins, all covered in chocolate. Took the box to my seat and I ate them.
Yo, Deej, what's wrong with your back?
Glad you asked. I heard it at the theater as a matter of fact. I just reclined too much, which isn't always the best. If I didn't see the movie, why's my back all messed? Fuck you, LCP. Get out of here with that shit. Calling us liars. Make me sick. Make me disgusted.
There's so much lore baked into that it's like it's got the thunder thing going on as well.
Oh God, this is so bad.
Sean, do you think that we saw the movie based on that? We proved it, didn't we?
I mean, it's.
So the joke is that all we talked about, we said, yeah, we saw it, and we just talked about going to the movies, but we didn't say anything about the movie. That was kind of the thought
it's
process.
like the third option on a state test where it's like A, B, or C. Not enough information.
You
and
threatened a rap battle with me one time a few years ago, Sean. I was like,
yeah, I may have. Somebody just sent a comment. Someone said, Sean really saw this and said, yeah, I'm in. Did not know that existed before I said yes.
I mean, I feel like we've been like revealing or tapping back into so much brunch lore recently, and like half of it I forgot.
yeah.
I wish that I had forgotten.
I'd rather not, yeah.
I wish that I forgot that happened.
No, that was fun. That was very
That was
good.
very like...
I also, by the way, I made the quote unquote beat and recorded my part at my old job. I went into a conference room at like a TV studio and I had my microphone and I was just like screaming that rap. And like my coworkers absolutely heard it and didn't fucking bat an eye. They're like, whatever that fucking guy's doing.
Okay. What else? Are we done with super chats?
Someone just had the most ridiculous comment about Pete's rapping.
Yeah, Pete raps like he doesn't fuck well. I mean, I rap like I don't rap well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like maybe some people rap like they don't rap. Yeah, it's someone said it's giving white people. Yeah, all that. Mike Noyes says, am I still allowed to watch Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders in A Recipe for Seduction? Can we separate the art from the artist on this one? I don't know what that was. That is, someone brought it up after we posted the Colonel Sanders clip. Apparently, Mario Lopez did a Colonel Sanders thing.
I mean, I did the Colonel Sanders takeaway that I had after we posted the clip was that there's a conspiracy or like a theory out there that Colonel Sanders was Asian.
Oh yeah, I know that theory.
Just like he's Asian and Babe Ruth is black. That's my favorite theory ever, that Babe Ruth is black.
People forget Babe Ruth killed his wife.
Yep.
That's actually 100% news to me. I did not. Is that like a thing?
He burned his wife's house down?
He burned his wife's house down with her in it.
What?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
How have I never heard that before?
And then he
okay,
drove
well, he's
away
not a
in
black
his
man
white
anymore.
Bronco.
He's not a black man anymore.
What else we got?
That's the last one.
Okay. What a place to end it.
Babe Ruth's estranged first wife, Helen Woodford Ruth, died tragically in a house fire on January 11th, 1929. Fire took place at a home in Watertown, Massachusetts, in Spessas, where she'd been living with a local dentist. He said, you know what? Let's see if those teeth can make it through the fire.
So
through the fire, shout out Shaka Khan. Banger.
But it doesn't say anything about Babe Ruth.
It sparked controversy and conspiracy theories among her family that Babe Ruth played a role.
Yeah, there is like significant. No, that's just scraping the surface, Sean. I see your doubt face. There's I would say significant. I don't know if you want to call it evidence, but supporting details that point toward Babe Ruth.
Well, I said a lot of smoke, and I promise I didn't mean that as a pun.
Young Gritty said nobody's perfect. Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds did steroids. All right, we must
real quick. You can get a Piss Derwin James Jr. Nike Power Vapor Fuse limited jersey for $175. The other ones are $199. For some reason, Derwin James and Lad McConkey are at $175. Oh, and Cleo Mack. Shout out the University at Buffalo Bulls.
Derwin James' initials are DJ, and he goes by that. So shout out Dave James. Okay. No more. No more. We will talk to you at some point. Goodbye.
We saw Blocker.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything. Daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.